Okay, there we are, live and kicking for session 33 of Adventures in Emathan. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
me.
having us back in your basement, Colin.
It's a pleasure to be on your screen.
Yes.
Pleasure to be on your screens in your basement. Um, yeah, so session 33. It's been a little bit since we were last together, I think a little over a month, but looking promising for schedules to come together here going forward for at least a little more regular play. So we'll get started with some character introductions, and why don't we start off tonight with Douglan?
Yes, that's me. I play Douglan McKayne. I think that's his name. One of the cool features that I like, it's a feat basically that Colin allowed kind of outside the normal rules, but I think it fits 100% with the Oath of the Protector, is that he took what's called Great Weapon Defense. And, he is a halberd wielding dude. And this basically allows you to create more of a defensive type of military style. And I think that fits, what Douglan's trying to achieve is trying to protect everybody. He's not a huge damage dealer, outside of a smite here and there. So really what this allows him to do is control the battlefield. There's some movement options that come with it, but mostly it increases his defense, which I think fits him to a T.
Awesome. And why don't we get Landis and Nightingale next?
I'm Barry. I play Landis and Nightingale. Landis is a wizard. To be a little more specific, he's the Order of the Scribe. Now that we're level 6, I took an ability score improvement, otherwise known as the ASI. You could take feats at level 4. A lot of people do if you want some really unique abilities, but I'm working on raising some of those ability scores a little higher. So I'm playing a bit of the long game here, sometimes you take it. Yeah, I took for 2. I actually took con and intelligence because I had not the greatest scores there and I needed to get them raised up a bit, but I'm, working towards getting some nice bonuses which apply to sometimes more things than a feat would. And then with Nightingale, what can I say about Nightingale that, I haven't talked about before? Probably his use of the disguise kit. So in the game, you'll notice that I will always state that Nightingale takes the time to apply makeup and prosthetics. And the reason is none of this can be dispelled. A lot of illusionary magic and a lot of magical art items that give you disguise abilities can be dispelled, but you can't dispel a fake nose. It's there. So as long as he does a good job, it's a pretty stable way of keeping his disguise.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't fall off.
Yeah, if it gets too hot, starts running.
All right, and last but not least, Kogaan.
That's me. I'm Max. I play Kogaan, a gold dragonborn with a heart of gold. And
Oh,
so he's a fighter. And as part of the fighting style you get to choose at level 1, I chose dueling, which means that he gets an automatic +2 to the damage rolls when attacking with one-handed weapons. And it's actually quite a powerful ability. It really comes online, especially once fighters get that third attack at kind of mid tiers of the game. It basically starts to outpace 2-weapon fighting even in some scenarios. So yeah, really fun ability. If you like dealing damage, and you like fighters, dueling is a really, really good fighting style to pick. So
I concur on that one.
excellent. All right, no rules concerns out of the last session. I think everything went pretty smoothly. You guys were kicking some butt in our battles we had in the last game. So hopefully that trend will continue. So getting into our session recap for for session 32's recap. Okay. As the last session began, it was early evening on the 21st day of the first Trigon of Elok's influence. The party was seated around a small wooden table enjoying an ale with their tiefling guide. The effects of the day's heat and blazing sun had left you all tired. Zarmir had arranged for everyone to have a bed in the inn's common room. He excused himself and headed off, reminding the party that they would leave at sunrise for another long day in the desert. The party finished up their drinks and headed to their beds. During the night, Nightingale was revisited by the dream he had shortly after the Dragonfly, which was the skyship you had sailed to Cold Horn in, passed through the void. Once again, Nava begged Bashir to come to her rescue, stating that she was still alive and being held captive. The dream greatly shook Nightingale. At sunrise, the party headed out into the desert once again. Zamir stated that if they held a good pace, they would make it to the Scar before sunset. Despite a short battle against some giant desert scorpions, the party was able to arrive at the Scar on time. Landis immediately sent Hero, his spider familiar, to scout out the Iceborn orc encampment. Zamir had told the party that the orcs only kept a minimal guard during the night, likely due to the sandstorms. Landis was able to confirm that only a lone guard could be seen outside of the tents. Next, Hero began checking the tents. Alanis was quickly located in the smallest and thankfully closest of these tents. Nightingale quietly moved down to the tent, keeping it between himself and the lone orc guard. Entering the tent, he collected Alanis and anything worth taking. Alanis told him that the map on the table contained a new battle plan for the Iceborn orcs. A plan that showed them picking up their advancement into Easterly with the apparent goal of taking control of the steppe. Alanis asked that she and the map be taken to the Penumbra College as soon as possible. Leaving the Scar, Zamir led the party to a small cave where they could hide from the night sandstorm and any Iceborn orcs that might come looking for them. At first light, the party left the cave and began their travels back to Blesa. Shortly after midday, they encountered 6 Iceborn orcs who were clearly searching for them. As the two battled against each other, a sand spirit rose from the ground and joined in the fray. Through solid group battle tactics and spell casting, the party quickly took down their foes and continued towards Blesa. As the sun began to sink into the horizon, the party arrived and quickly took shelter as the night sandstorms began to intensify. As today's session begins, the party are once again seated around a table at the Blackrooster Inn in Blesa. Large bowls of desert vegetable soup and mugs of High Sun Ale have been delivered. A welcome reprieve from the water and rations of the past couple of days. Seated next to you is a group of tieflings engaged in some sort of dice game. You overhear the group talking about the increased orc activity around Blesa over the past day. The tieflings are sure that they are looking for something and seem very determined to find it. All right, any questions or clarifications from the recap?
So Blesa's the place that's inside that kind of cavern. Like
Inside
that's
the butte? Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
That midway place, not the one on the coast. Kind of.
It's the midway place. Yeah.
Okay.
You stayed there on your way into the desert, and now you've stopped there on your way out.
Right. So we haven't long rested yet or anything like that, if I recall.
Nope. You're still on the day you have arrived, and you're just all sort of sitting at the inn just before you go to bed.
And we have Ren with us, right?
You have a wren currently using
Going
her
by-
alias as Alanis,
Alanis,
which
that's right.
is not her alias is pretty poor right now because she hasn't been able to maintain a disguise. Really, you're pretty much seeing who Ren is for real because she doesn't really have any way right now to disguise herself. So she'll have to kill all
if
of
she
you.
wants, she can borrow Nightingale's disguise kit. So that she doesn't have to, peel the face off some poor peasant person.
Yeah.
Is that how you put on the face?
Puts the lotion on.
Oh, yes, we don't do it in public very often, but you pick up a rogue vagabond or a
Was
street
Cody
urchin.
Banks a real person?
He was.
I think it's the most effective way, Kogaan. You really
Oh,
feel
my.
the character.
Didn't the tavern owner say that her brother or uncle or something was looking for diamonds?
Looking to sell diamonds.
Oh, I thought he was interested if we found diamonds.
Nope, they're looking for merchants to sell their diamonds to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Remember, we're
she came
passing
over and
ourselves
kind of
off.
worked you guys over, thinking that you were diamond merchants.
Right.
You
Okay.
know,
I had it backwards.
Yeah.
My bad.
making your way
you wanna
into the
laugh-
desert to
laugh-
look to buy diamonds.
Last episode, I did the exact same thing. I just watched the episode. I was like, wait, we're buying? No, we're selling. Selling? No, anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there. So yeah, we're listening to tieflings talk about orc activities.
Yes,
Corey,
they're playing their game. They're indulging in a few of the ales, and they're talking quite loudly. Very easy for your group to overhear. It sounds as if they had traveled in from the east today, and on multiple occasions they had seen orcs moving about the desert. And it sounded like their concern was these orcs were moving, generally speaking, towards Blesa.
That sounds
where
very
we are right now.
Correct.
How far?
Oh.
Or I guess.
I wouldn't worry, Douglan. It's a storm outside. They'd have to at least wait till daybreak, or at least storm break.
Kogaan would like to walk over to the table with the group of tieflings and ask them some questions.
All right. Kogaan, as you approach, one of the tieflings sort of stands to greet you.
Hello, my name is Kogaan. I could not help but overhear you talking about orcs in the desert. And, you think that they are coming to this town? Is that true?
The tiefling extends his hand. He says, "You're a Dragonborn, is that correct?"
Yes, that is correct.
I have never seen your kind round here before, but always glad to talk with one that looks a little different than the others, shall we say. Why don't you join us? I'll introduce you. My name is Kaimos.
Pleased to meet you, Kaimos. I am Kogaan Dremnaufinstrunmah.
You are Kogaan for sure.
And I'll point back to my friends and just say those are my fellow adventurers. And I'll explain kind of the Cole's notes of what we experienced out in the desert, and just see if I'm just basically inquiring if any of that sounds similar or familiar or, what basically probing them for what they saw.
We have been traveling in from the east on our way to Vulan. We have some clan business to attend to in Vuland, and myself and my comrades here, we noticed on at least two, possibly a third occasion during our day's travels where there were orcs on the various paths through the desert. They were clearly looking for something or someone. One of the groups came fairly close to ours, but gave us absolutely no mind. And our concern was they were on the paths that generally travel towards Blesa. And as we are staying here ourselves tonight, it was a bit of a concern.
How many, what would you say their number was about?
I would put the total at maybe 12 to 15 between the three different groups. It was hard to see the one group. They were quite far off in the distance on one of the further trails from this area, but 12 to 15 of the Iceborn are quite a fight should one be involved in it.
Yes, I understand. Well, thank you for sharing your news. And here, I will buy your table a round of drinks.
Oh, that's very nice of you, sir, and have a good evening.
You too. Go back to tell these guys what they said and maybe mention perhaps we should speak with the local authorities, whatever there might be for like protection here, and just maybe warn some people that there could be an issue, or to at least it must have like some form of patrol or something that they could like.
Oh yeah, you've seen the it's sort of a local militia now.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder, Blesa has 500-ish permanent residents, so it's not big. They do have a small militia. They do stand guard at the entrance, and the entrance into Blesa does get closed at night. But you can come and pound on the door and get let in, sort of thing. But Blesa does seal itself up at night, more from the storm than from anyone that would be trying to get in.
And it's like, to be blunt, it's like a cave, right?
It's a big underground cavern. Yes,
Got
it's a big
it.
underground
Okay.
cavern.
So an attack would have to be sort of funneled through there, unless, of course, they can, dig, a long ways down. But that would be a little bit.
It would take a bit.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it may be worth. It may be worth talking at least to, someone of authority to see what they have in mind. Perhaps they've been seeing these orcs for months and they pay them no mind here, or perhaps there's something to worry about.
If I could interject, gentlemen, it would seem that these orcs are looking for something in particular. Did the tieflings Kogaan not say that they, were probably within eyesight of their group, but did not engage as if they were looking for something in particular?
Yes, that's what they said.
I can't help but think they might be looking for a Dragonborn and his companions.
But we were north of here at the Scar, and these orcs were coming in from the east. So I don't think that they were looking for us, maybe.
Well, taking something as valuable as we have, they may have given word to reinforcements.
Is Landis with us?
Yeah, she is with you. Kogaan, clarification. They're coming in from the east, but there is, as they get towards Blesa, they have been moving south like you. So they were following the paths that you were as you got close to Blesa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alanis, I know you were held captive by your own choice. Did she ever tell us what she learned during her captivity?
You talked to her a little bit, but not.
Perhaps, I mean, I kind of look and nudge Nightingale. Perhaps maybe have a chat with her, find out what she knows. Actually,
Hi.
who are you right now?
Corey
I'm sorry.
Fairbanks.
Corey, yeah.
I could see what the little lady has to offer, but Alanis did tell us that, she had stumbled across their plan to go after Easterly and take over the steppe.
But what
But
are they doing in the desert? That seems to be the question, right? Aren't they or they're looking for a gate of some kind, if I'm not mistaken, right?
well, if you recall that chunk of crystal we saw when we were at the camp was what was left over of a gate that had opened, well, some time ago, and that's
Second
how the
gathering.
tiefling came onto
Right.
this. So maybe they're thinking that'll open again and the gates of hell will come spilling out. I think we all had a dream or something similar like that happened.
Oh, yes, we did, didn't we? That was a fun.
Alanis is obviously seated at the table with you guys, and she says, as much as I hate to tell you all this news, but it is very likely that the Iceborn and Oshug would believe that I am returning to Blesa and then Vuland. When we were captured, one of our group of tiefling, or one of my group of tiefling guides, was captured along with me, and unfortunately they tortured him, and I do believe he told them everything about why I was in the desert, why we were in the desert, including the path that we had taken to get to the Scar, which is similar to the one that you took. Anyway, it's quite feasible that Oshug and his Iceborn would know that we were coming back this way, or at least would believe that it was worth checking out.
That's a good point.
Um, should we prep for a fight then?
I don't think they'd be foolish enough to take on this establishment, but
It seems
I reckon we take off early tomorrow and see if we can't make some distance. Perhaps some of these tiefling fellows, Kogaan, you made friends with would be willing to join a small caravan on the way to Vuland, and then at least our numbers will look impressive.
While you are chatting amongst yourself, Velspira, who owns the inn, comes over to check in. How's everyone doing? Do you need any more drinks, any more food, anything I can bring along?
Well, I think all of us have been enjoying your fine vegetable stew here, but you wouldn't happen to know if any caravans or any groups of people be leaving for Vuland tomorrow we might nestle up with and, travel with for safety in numbers, if you know what I mean, darling?
I believe that you and these table of fine gentlemen over here are the only outsiders that are here in Blesa tonight. I'm not aware of any other groups traveling into or out of the desert. It would appear if you're looking for company, it might be them. It sounds like they're headed to Vuland in the morning as well.
Well then, since I have, well, not many options, how about you buy myself, my companions, and those tieflings around, and we'll see if we can't make friends.
Excellent. And Mr. Kogaan, sir, they said you would be buying them around as well.
Yes, that is correct.
All right then, I'll be back with mugs for everyone then.
You're gonna be too hungover to travel.
Well, if I had a few drinks and it took me out that bad, Kogaan, I'd be ashamed of myself.
So, because our whole thing was to track down Ren.
Yeah,
Yes.
get Ren, get back to the airship, get back to the college.
Got it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But while we're here, there is rumors of magical item down this neck of the woods, guys.
Well, that's right. Oh my God, thank you, Barry. I knew there
Oh
was
yeah.
like a second. Oh, thank you. That one was the head. Was it the girdle?
Pubic weaved belt of a giant.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Oh Lord.
seems
Supposedly
less...
it would grant you vigor.
It mimics the stench of the
Yeah,
Famunda.
it seems less magical now.
Yeah. The space between the ball and the anus.
Wasn't it like a belt and
Yeah, so
a
according
lute?
to the book, Tressa Frost Dancer
Right.
is believed to have had a belt that gave her extreme strength.
So
And there was a bard that got tangled up with some harpies that supposedly had a lute somewhere around.
Yeah, that's over on the west coast of Easterly.
So
West
it's a bit
Coast
of a ways away.
Easterly. God damn it, Colin.
Yeah, the west coast of Easterly. That rolls off the tongue.
So can we just say we've been asking around this whole time? Because I totally forgot.
asking around for what?
The divide.
Just rumors like,
Oh, she
hey,
was known as the divide.
have you guys ever heard of Tressa?
Well, you're a fair Egan. You guys are a fair ways away from the divide, so these people
Okay.
wouldn't know much about the divide.
The divide is the big mountain range
Okay, I'm looking at the
that
map.
we will cross over potentially. Or they went around it, didn't they?
She was renowned
You
throughout
guys
the region.
sailed under the south end of it to get to the Sea of Sand. Yeah.
Oh, so we could stop by on the way back then.
Yep.
Actually.
Potentially.
Got it.
Or get dropped off and they can come back for us.
Yep.
Because Landis is in urgent to get. We got to get this message out to Easterly.
So let's Uber her back, and then we'll go after the cubic woven belt of stench.
Corey's keeping a close eye on Velspera, so that when she brings the drinks over to the tieflings, he's going to wander over with her.
All right.
Kogaan to come with him.
She comes back. 2 big trays of fresh mugs for everyone. She lays the 2 of them down at your table and picks up 4 of the mugs to bring over to the tieflings table.
Velspera, let Kogaan and myself bring those drinks over, darling, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. I'll just keep the tab running.
Kogaan, you want to introduce me to some of your cousins?
Yes, absolutely. Walk over and introduce Corey Fairbanks.
Kaimo stands again. He seems to be the one that sort of speaks for the group. And it is good to meet you, Corey. Are you going to join us for a drink?
Well, I was hoping you fellas would be joining us for a drink, but if you want us to join your table, I don't see why we can't mosey on over.
The best you guys can do is kind of drag your tables together.
Yeah.
Which So you kind of pull yourselves all together and spread out around the two tables, and then so Kaimos turns to your group and says, "So what is it that brings you to the Sea of Sand?"
Well, we had a benefactor wanting to check out potential expansion of some trading routes in the area, and he had heard about all of this iceborne orc stuff, and just wanted us to make sure that this would be a safe investment.
That is understandable. We are members of the Zarmenos clan. We are diamond miners ourselves, and on our way to Vulan to offload some of our product.
Well, that is very lucky for us. I was about to ask you, gentlemen, if you would be interested in perhaps joining caravans on the way to Vuland. Safety in numbers, as they say.
Indeed, there is. We will be leaving at first light. If you would like to travel together to Vulan, that would be most beneficial to both of us. And he
Well,
kind of gives Kogaan, the giant gold dragon, another look, thinking, "Yep, it would be good to travel with one of those."
it'd be like the Zarmosas or
Zarmenos.
Zarmenos. So your family diamond mines, I couldn't help you mention. Perhaps our benefactor might be interested in your wares.
Unfortunately, the product we carry now is spoken for, but there is always the opportunities for business.
Well, before we part ways, we'll have to make sure that we got some way of getting into contact with you when we return.
Indeed.
Now, let's not talk business and about the long journey tomorrow, but wet our whistles and create some lasting friendships.
All
You
right.
should see how much Kogaan can drink, and if you get him drunk enough, he starts breathing fire.
Actually, I don't even drink this stuff, but
He
yeah, it would
just
have a
he
good
just
time.
orders mugs, and when nobody's looking,
Yeah.
he pushes it and swaps it with somebody else. We've all been there in the real world. It's like, I can't drink this. I'll just swap drinks with this person. They'll never know.
Well, we'll just buddy up, and as soon as it's late enough to go to bed, crash.
All right. You put away a few more pints. The bill for the evening, food, drinks, all the rest is a gold piece.
Ooh, I'll give her 2 gold and tell her to keep change.
It's a gold piece each. Sorry.
Well, I'm just paying for myself, dear.
Oh,
So
guys,
what's that
I
in
just
total?
used a new tab
There's
straight to my inventory.
there
How
is
many
10 of you
tieflings?
total here. There's
10?
there's the 4 of you plus
we're paying everything
Alanis
for these
and
tieflings?
Zamir
Yeah.
and the 4
Okay,
so
I'll give her
10 gold.
I'll give her 23 gold.
Holy moly.
So a couple of drinks turned into the whole meal? Are they putting out? Is that what
You
I know they're tieflings,
We're
but
forging positive connection.
you made Velspira a very happy woman, Corey. She gives you a big hug and kiss.
You've been nothing but a joy and a useful contact in these parts, my dear.
So you're all staying in the inn, which just has a big common room, and there's no private rooms in it. So everybody heads off to bed.
the slumber party.
I will run a long rest for.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I notice I have 5 temporary hit points.
Yes.
So that was from the bless, or not the bless, the aid spell that
Yeah, that should be done by now, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna run the long rest here. That'll all go away. So
Okay.
Technically, they're not temporary, but that's what we
yeah,
use.
that was the only
Yeah.
slot we had.
Perfect.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Morning comes to Blesa, and as you're all waking up, you hear that there is a lot of commotion out in Blesa. Lots
Well.
of voices,
Functions?
people yelling, and just seems to be a lot of commotion in the little hamlet of Blesa.
Well, I reckon we can guess what might be going down, fellers.
Douglan's gonna head out, strapping on whatever he needs to strap on.
Yeah, we'll
All
head
right.
out, head to the
You
gate.
meet Velspira at she's downstairs in the inn, and she says that there's talk that there are iceborne orcs outside the entrance to Blesa. They're demanding to speak with someone named Fernley.
Burnley.
You
Alanis,
immediately
you know who
sort of
Fernley
see
is?
Alanis kind of, yeah, that's me.
You called yourself Fernley?
It was a split-second decision. Let's just go with it.
At
It's
least
just
you're
fine.
not,
Fake name.
at least you didn't call yourself Braffus Belfour.
Nor was I a eunuch.
Or a eunuch.
I'm sorry. Brathus wasn't a eunuch. It was Jasper's penniless.
Oh, yes,
Jasper's
right.
penniless.
Jasper's penniless, right.
Why do you think they want to see you?
Well, we did take a few things belonging to them, including that map.
Oh, I thought it was you had dinner reservations and they were a little upset you were a no-show.
So were you actually their prisoner, or were they using you for information, or
I
very civil about all of this?
I was their prisoner. They only ever spoke orc, which was very difficult for me to follow what was going on all the time. But I do believe that Oshug had some sort of plan for me to deliver some sort of message. He was keeping me alive for something, but at the same time, I was only staying there to collect as much information as possible. I could have escaped at any time. They are a little overconfident, this bunch.
Well, I guess we could go and try to get as much more information as we can.
Yeah, I think we should find out what it is they're looking for Fernley about.
How many are there, dear?
I
We
have
don't-
no idea. We'll know as soon as we get out there.
We took out
thought
how
it was
many?
Velspira.
6 or
Oh,
7?
talking to Velspira, she has
Yeah,
no
sorry.
idea. She's just been
Okay.
listening to the hubbub this
Commotion.
morning that
I
there are
would
iceborne
not-
orcs outside the entrance to Blesa.
I would not refer to Fern Gully as sweetheart or dear. I know better.
Fern Gully.
Well, we will head to the front gates.
All right, you make your way up the tunnel leading out of Blesa. There is about a half dozen tiefling guards who are... They have the doors open and they're just kind of standing up there, looking the last 10 feet or so out from the tunnel. As you make your way up, you can see there is, looks about 3 or 4 Iceborn are 50, 60 feet or so away, just standing there. But from your vantage point, you can also see some are up on the rocks, sort of around the area, and they're all looking down at the entrance. Alanis taking a peek, and she goes, the big one's Oshug.
Doesn't look that big.
I like your confidence today.
Let's send out the tieflings first, huh? Our new friends.
Yeah.
Put a red shirt on them and push them out there.
We're not leaving yet. I mean, we get information.
Well, darling, what's the play here? You want to walk out and we cover you, or do you want
Very
some
bad.
of us to go with you?
Talk through the gate.
I think we should start with a bit of a discussion with them to see what it is indeed they're after, although I think we already know.
Yeah, I don't think, this group is big on negotiations.
Is the rest of the townsfolk kind of like looking at us dirty, like this is our fault, or do they not know? I mean, we're one of only two sets of strangers in town right now, right?
Most of the inhabitants of Blesa have put two and two together and figured out that the trouble is you guys.
We got to clean up this mess. Yeah.
Don't worry, Douglan. We won't leave any behind.
No, we couldn't let this town take the brunt for us.
So Alanis, she walks up the rest of the tunnel, out just into the morning light, and she yells so that the orcs can hear her, and she's, "What is it you've come here for?" Oshug kind of gets a big smile on his face. We've come here for you, and a little piece of paper of ours that you've taken. Alanis goes, what piece of paper would that be? Oshug smiles even more. Don't play silly. We're going to leave with the map, or we are going to leave Blesa in ruins.
I'm pretty sure we decided that Landis during the evening or when we got back was going to use his scribe powers to copy the map. Wasn't that part of?
Yep.
I believe he did that the night you guys actually crawled into the cave to spend the night.
Okay.
Yeah, he copied it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
in like a second.
He took the map and copied it into his book.
Right.
Oh well, hindsight, we could have tried to done a forge and have it off a little bit, and then give it back to him the wrong.
Well, I have a forgery kit.
We would just need a little time.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know we have it on us right now. We could be like, "Oh, let's go back and get it."
Yeah, we can take it to it.
Yeah.
It's their map. They know what it looks like.
Fair enough.
They're not going to leave without.
No, and the question is, do we want to give it back to him, or do we want to,
We have
take
a copy.
down?
Yeah, but do you honestly think these orcs are going to take the map and then leave?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
As soon as they have the map secured, what's stopping them from?
I mean, they took Alanis's group, no questions asked, tortured one to get information, kept her as a prisoner. They don't seem the negotiating type.
Yes, but right now they're facing a near impenetrable village that is full of people with an armed militia. So,
Do we see any armed militia, by the way?
There's a half dozen guards who are, they're not part of the militia. They're the local
The ROTC.
constabulary.
Yeah.
You know, They guard the entranceways. They try and keep the peace. But there is a militia that is mobilizing. You heard, mentions of that as you guys were making your way up to the entrance.
It's up to you, but I don't want anyone else to get hurt. They might just
No.
leave.
No, but it tells you how desperate they are.
Mhm.
I mean, if only we had that blasted artificer's owl and go scope around. All right, so is there any other way that we could get eyes on them?
Alanis, who is standing at the entranceway, and just for to set the scene a little bit, the orcs can really only see Alanis. It's just because of the brightness of day, where they are on the outside and the darkness of the tunnel, they can't really see you lot back in the tunnel. The only one that they can see at this point is quote unquote Fernley. And she looks back to, she kind of turns back to you guys a little bit, and so what's our play here, gentlemen?
Landis, you decide. You're the smartest.
Well, I say we give them the map and see what their play is from there. If they
Tell them to-
leave, we then can track them down and dispose of them, because I'm pretty sure we don't want that map to fall back into the hands of our enemy. And that way, at least the people of Blesa are out of harm's way. Perhaps we could take a few of these militiamen with us, because once we're gone, what's stopping them from returning and demanding more? At least once they have what they want, we might be able to draw them out, so to speak.
Landis, another thought here, right? They seem to be, as I said, desperate enough to threaten a whole town here. And maybe their thinking is that even if they get the map and we go on our way, why wouldn't they come back at a later time just to get rid of this place, giving safe harbor to someone they didn't like? For my part, we take the map out to them and have a little dust up and be done with it.
I will follow you all. So whatever you wish, whatever you think is best. I have no experience in these matters.
How far along is the Blesa militia at being prepared?
You're not in Blesa, so you can't really tell from where you guys are. They're sort of, they're several 100 feet back down this tunnel to where they're in the cavern.
Okay. Well,
hopefully well along.
What's the weather like outside? Is it pretty calm right now?
It's never calm in the desert. It's always windy, blowing sand, and that's just the given.
But it's morning, so no night
It's the
storm.
daytime, yeah.
The night storm has died off, but it's still it's always windy in the desert.
Corey will kind of step forward and be like, well, how about this? We let Mr. Leaf, is it? Or Mrs. Leaf, or whatever you've got them. Fernley, go out with the map. And the moment you're about to hand it over, let it get caught in the wind. That'll at least draw a few of them off to get it before it blows off into the desert. And that's when we launch our attack.
I'm
Douglan
game
there
if you
seems
are.
like Douglan seems like his britches are itching to get a little dirty this morning, and at least that we'd leave the townspeople with the notion that we tried, whether we live or die.
I don't know what their intent is.
Oh, their intent is to rape, kill, pillage, and murder. Man, they're orcs.
That's
What do
my.
you think? They're coming here to farm?
I'm surprised they even took the time to ask, but perhaps they just couldn't get in.
I think they just need to know that it's still in one piece. They're at least smart enough to wait till they can see it before they attack. That's why I think if the wind happens to take it, you'll get a few of them running after it pretty hard.
Or even worse, they're so preoccupied with whatever reason they're here in the desert for the first place that they'll just leave this village alone to go back to whatever sort of plan they have. Like it sounds like they are following orders to such a degree that they're defying their very nature.
Yeah, it would seem this Oshug guy's got a pretty calm head on him.
Colin, I know it hasn't hit the protected lands yet, but basically these iceborne orcs are a hostile force everywhere they go. Is that fair to say, like the rumors that are spreading around?
Yeah, I mean they're well known throughout Emathan as aggressors, but they're not they're not what's the right way to put this?
Like
They're just
rabid
not blind
pillaging.
rage aggression. They're
Right.
actually the Iceborne orcs are known to be very calculated.
Got it.
They've been fighting, for decades against the Centaur in the Barrens. But if you remember, as of recently, under this new leadership of whoever the Dark One is,
Yeah.
they got past the Centaur and made it into the Sea of Sand, which seemed to be what their objective was. Because for a while there, it looked like they were making a march on Easterly, but they continued south into the Sea of Sand. And now, according to this map you found, they are regrouping now for a push into Easterly. But yeah, I mean the Iceborn are they're very much a warrior race, but they're just not blind aggression. They're very calculated warriors.
I guess where I'm going with it is like they're occupiers, and this group in particular has killed a traveling group that Alanis was traveling with, tortured, right? So there's no innocence here.
Nope.
I guess Douglan's
None.
trying to
None.
not break his oath yet.
No,
Max.
they are very much kill
So-
first, ask questions later.
Right. I know they. So yeah, okay. Let me slide back into character and just tell to the group. For my part, lads, they want the map at all costs. Once they have it, they're going to take care of anybody that's in their way. And I don't think they're going to leave Alanis, Fernley, to take any information back to whoever is opposing this force here. That's my gut. So I think instead of thinking that we hand the map over and they'll be on their merry way, why don't we think of a plan to end this as best we can and keep this little city safe?
Before we go and get very hostile, right now things seem somewhat diplomatic. So maybe, Akori, do you have any way, maybe a spell or something, to try to persuade them to give information or something?
I could definitely persuade. What information are you looking for exactly?
Well, we don't know exactly why they're all out here. So maybe just learning like why the map is so important, like what the end game is of sorts, So like we know that they're all gathering for this big meeting and this push, but we don't know the end goal. Maybe they maybe this.
Sorry, I assume the threat that they just laid out was in common, not orc.
It was in common.
Okay.
Oh, shug. Right?
Corey will. So the gates are closed right now. We're behind them.
Nope, the gates are open. They
okay.
basically the guards were opening the gate for the morning, and that's when they saw Oshugs and his people out there.
Well, Corey will kind of start, walking towards the gates, and he'll look back over his shoulder to the others and be like, "I hope you guys got my back. See
Yes,
what I
go.
can come back with."
Go with Ferngully.
And he'll pat Miss Ferngully on the shoulder and be like, "Let's go see if we can snuggle up to Oshug here to get a little more info."
All right, you walk out from the protection of the tunnel. So you're in, just to kind of set the scene here a little bit. You're in an area where there's sort of rocky cliff sides around you. To get into Blesa, you kind of make your way through a little bit of some valleys. So this rock is only about, sort of 10 to 15 feet high around you, but it does provide a little bit of protection for the entrance. That's why they actually dug the entrance into Blesa here, because it's a bit protected from the storms. So you're walking out of the tunnel. You're in one of these valley areas. As I mentioned, Oshug and 3 of his cronies are down on ground level with you, and then there are 3 up on the rocks around you guys looking down. You see immediately they're armed with crossbows, kind of watching the scene from above.
Douglan's not letting him go more than 30 feet. So even if that exposes him, he's not letting them go more than
You'll
30
step
feet
out,
away.
basically.
Yeah.
They're about 50 feet away from the entrance, roughly.
So I'll be 20 feet, and I'm actually, since I'm out, I'm going to keep going. There's too many. I mean, we're just sending 2 guys out. They're surrounded by crossbows. Douglan is like the back of his hair is sticking
Oh,
up.
Douglan, you big sissy nanny.
I won't go out as far as Douglan, but I'll step out as well, just so I can, like, if an orc or 2 decided to try to, like, dash into the cave for whatever reason, for some
Yeah,
sort
and
of
Zamir is
echo.
standing with you, and I would assume Landis. The 3 of you are sort of standing at the entrance
Yeah.
there.
So
as you make, sorry, go ahead.
As Corey's walking out, like, I got a couple different pieces of paper on me. So one that is relatively around the same size as their map, he'll kind of have in his hand, and he'll be holding it up.
Okay.
It's not the map, but it's just a paper, so that they know why we're coming out.
As you're approaching, Oshug kind of yells to you, "Fernley, you need all of this to deliver a map."
We don't speak referendum.
If I were Fernley, I'd tell him.
She's not. She says nothing. She's just walking with Corey Fairbanks as they're approaching.
Like, he's definitely wants to self-assure himself that he's not in trouble, doesn't he?
Very small peen vibe going on here.
Corey will be like, "Well, you seem to be a big man yourself, bringing all your friends to come pick up a paper from a lady."
We had it on good authority that this lady had friends. You would appear to be one of them.
Well, we wouldn't be much of a friend if we let her walk out alone now, wouldn't we, Mr. Shug?
He just smiles at your slur of his name. You will give us the map, then?
Well, this is what I have to propose to you. Now, I'm going to use persuasion here.
All right.
I am going to see if I can persuade him that if I give him the map. Well, first off, I want a Corey's going to ask for a show of mutual respect. I'm going to persuade him to get his men, except for to come down into the valley. Get those crossbows off me. I don't like it. And seeing as Corey will whip out a cigar, light it up. I'd hate for this flame to, hit your map by accident. And so I'll see if I can persuade him to bring his troops down in order to really start these negotiations.
All right, give us a persuasion check.
Moi. Remember, you've got inspiration.
Oh, I don't need it.
Oshug considers your request, and then he waves his hands to the ones on the hill, and they disappear back out of view, presumably coming down from their perches.
Well, that was awfully smart of you. Now I think we'd be able to arrange a transfer.
How high is the
Now-
wall again? Sorry.
The rock formations around you sort of average 10 to 15 feet high.
Okay.
Well, this conversation is going on. Landis is going to send Puppy Mud up and out of the cave.
Okay.
Puppy Mud can fly, so
I love it.
It's
Doggy paddles through the air.
yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Just doggy paddles through the
pretty
air.
much looks like he's running. Or I'll just let you know what happens here with the manifest mind. It's called.
I have a question also, Colin. Like, we're kind of in a sunken, let's call it like a,
Culvert.
Yeah, gully.
yeah. And so we're here. I assume the orcs were here, and then up on the ledge here were the other orcs with the crossbows.
They were above us.
They as you looked ahead, Oshug and 3 of his men were on the ground. About you're sort of enclosed by this little rock valley you're in,
Crevice almost,
with ways out of it, sort of valleys that leave this area. They were up on rocks in front of you.
Got it. But a few feet away, like.
They're probably 60, 70 feet away, the ones that were up on the rocks.
Okay. Douglan is going to take out his rod of immovableness. He's going to reach it up, click, climb up, and use it to stand up, and he's going to go up onto the ledge. So he can get a view of the whole, what's above.
Well, if you'd let me damn finish, boy, it's what I'm doing with my spectral mind.
Oh, sorry.
But you want to climb your big butt up there? You go right ahead.
I just wanted to use the immovable rod. I never get to use it.
Yeah,
Actually,
go for
Douglan's
it.
just going to do this. He's
Just working out.
yeah.
Pull-ups in full armor. Damn.
Yeah. And then he's going to do one into one. He's going like this. Yeah. Yeah.
No, you go ahead. You had the plan to get up there. It's yours
Yeah,
now.
I'm sorry. I didn't. Hey, we're, it happens. Let's
Yeah.
hope we fail spectacularly.
All right, so Oshug is, he's waved his men down. He's, now, give me the map.
Well, you see, I know this map's important to you. And you showing me that gesture that I can trust you means that, we can really make a deal here for this map. You just showing up and saying it's yours, that doesn't mean anything to me. You got to give me something. And what I want from you is why you guys are here. It's not a big request. We see all you orcs out and about and over by the, whatchamacallit, crystals in the sand there, the scar. How about you, in good faith, because I'll be leaving here soon and won't be able to do anything about it. But why are you all down here? bothering all these good people of the dunes or, you know, and I'll try to persuade that information out of them if I can. Can you hear me?
Yep. Go ahead.
Oh, just it went quiet. Just wondering. So the 8 is actually a 10, so it's a 19.
Oh,
What do you mean?
Love
It's
it.
actually a 10.
I can't roll anything below a 10
Oh, gotcha.
with Silver Tongue.
cool.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Love it.
This
Bounce.
map belongs to my people. It is not yours. You had no right to take it from us. It is simple from my standpoint. It belongs to us. You have taken it. I want it back.
Now, Mr. O'Shug, I knew you orcs were clever, but I'd expect more. Didn't you just happen to take something from us, but we had to come and get it? It's all right for you to take stuff, but it's not all right for us?
It's a morality lesson now.
Yeah, I'm working them. I'm working them.
Douglan's like on
He's gonna
38,
crack.
39, 40.
No, you're climbing up there to see if
I
they're
know,
up
I'm
there.
teasing.
All right. Oshug turns to his men on either side of him and he says, "My patience for this is over. Kill them."
Oh, Shug. You silly bugger.
Get it on.
Okay, that piece of paper that he was holding, as it was in the
Whoa.
map, he takes his cigarette and lights it on fire and throws it to the side. Bring it, you big ugly dragon's turd. Sorry, Kogaan, I didn't mean to say it. Was just slipped out.
Poor Kogaan.
I mean, when I poo, they look very ugly, so.
Okay, I am going to share the map with you. I do have to move a couple of folk.
Oh, look at Oshug. He's very shuggy.
He's very shy.
He's very sugar.
All right, line this map up for the good folks at home.
So is it kind of like to the left and down where the entrance to the cave is?
I will. So, essentially, at the. Let me finish getting this set here. So, you all. Now, just let me finish setting this up here.
Oh, shug the rotter.
Well, come on.
Tusk decay.
Does he? Ew.
His clan hasn't had a good dental plan in a while, so.
Ever since that union collapsed.
Okay, let's just quickly roll for initiative for all involved.
Oh, look at me.
Oh yeah, a 1. Way to go, Nightingale. Right where I want to be.
Nice, Douglan.
Take it.
Okay, so I just positioned you guys sort of. You can so right there where the map sort of stops. That's the entranceway into Blesa.
Okay.
You guys can kind of position yourself as you would be here.
I was pretty far back based on the conversation.
Would I be like somewhere like here, Colin?
Yeah, they're on that rocks off to the right, whichever one you want to say you climbed up on.
Yeah, I don't know if that move works, if that's okay.
Yep, that's
Okay.
cool.
Hey, where's Ren?
I'm just working on it.
She's gone.
They came in as hostile,
map.
so I'm just... Alright, where are you there, Corey? There's Ren with you.
Would we have been closer than that?
Yeah, maybe another 5-10 feet closer.
To make it exciting.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, you wanted to be within talking distance.
Yep. Oh, I know.
Zamir is here. All right, everybody comfortable with that as a starting position?
Yep, that's how I envision myself based on the setup of the conversation.
All right. So we are starting off with Iceborne Orc 14, who just scampered down from the rocks at Oshug's request and is now running around to the frontier.
So he would be unaware
Yeah,
that it's come to fisticuffs.
Absolutely. They won't know until the people in this area make a move. All right. Oh, why did it skip? Here. Okay, Zamir draws his longbow. And he is going to take a shot at Oshug. Would seem to be the most logical one to try and take down right away.
Do you guys have OSHA up there?
Oshug?
Sorry?
Osha?
OSHA?
Yeah. Oshug?
You do? No, like health and safety.
I work in occupational health and safety.
Osha.
I keep thinking that, I don't like the guy, but he's got really good policies for safety with people. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
He's always watching out for you, that guy.
He really is,
All right. So Zamir nicks Oshug with an arrow, and it's on. Alanis, what are we gonna do here, Alanis? She's going
think we should
to.
probably
Longbow did
fall
short sword
back.
damage.
We should
the-
probably fall back, young deer.
She
Longbow did short sword damage.
she's drawing her short bow.
So, Colin,
Yeah.
Zamir did short sword damage
Oh, did I?
from a longbow. Dude, you shoot arrows, not short swords.
Oops.
Dude, that's impressive.
I may or may not have. Let's see if that I can reverse
Back
that.
up.
Ooh, let's use
Oh,
it.
use your new thing.
Yeah.
That's why he did it, guys. That's why he did it.
Yes.
You hit the reverse button.
Hit the reverse button.
Yep. You're fine. Yep. That was me saying everything.
All
in
right.
reverse.
Why don't I thank you for that, for your honesty. I grabbed the wrong damage there. Oh, and I ended up doing this.
Less.
Okay. Could have been more.
So that was a gentle caress of an arrow.
Yes. Ren draws her short bow and an arrow and lets fly at Oshug as well.
Get it, girl.
She
Yeah.
also hits. And I will do short bow damage this time, just, because. All right, and that takes us... oh, and she is going to fall back a bit here. With Zamir. And that will take us to Douglan. So we got the artillery there, been firing so far. What do you got, Douglan?
Douglan's gonna run right to. This is all up top, right? I think it was this
Yep.
square. No, this square right there. Hold on. Let's just make. Oh, let's make sure here.
Oh, I sense a lightning javelin coming up.
Oh, it wouldn't be lining that up with.
Oh yeah. All right. So he is actually going to target this guy right there.
Iceborne Orc 4.
Yeah, this guy right there. But yeah, he's going to go over and he's going to say the words lambda, 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 and he's just
Ooh, I like
chuck
I like
his
it.
javelin, and it's going to do that wobbly. Yeah, so he's going to attack it. He's going to ignite the lightning of it. And then, let's see. So I think I attack that guy, and then the others have to make a save, right? I think that's the way it works. Let me read it. Sorry. I usually never hit with this, so. The javelin is a magic weapon. When you hurl it and speak its command word, it transforms into a ball of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 dex save, or taking 46 lightning damage on a fail, half as much on a successful one. The lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches its target. So,
The target, though, on a hit will take the javelin damage and the 46 lightning damage.
Yeah, and
Right.
the lightning damage. Yeah.
got it. Okay.
Okay,
so
brother.
Let me do the attack on this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done.
Yes.
Oh, and it's a head blow.
In addition to standard critical hit, the target loses an ear.
No, an eye for piercing damage.
Oh, it's piercing, so it'll be an eye, yeah.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, it hit him in the eyeball.
Oof. Okay. So, it is the javelin damage crit,
And the
Right.
lightning damage crit.
and then it's 4d6, right? On the.
Well, yeah, technically 8d6.
All right, and I'll roll
What a
the.
time to roll a crit, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't. If I drop this over them, will it count as damage?
What do you mean?
I think I'm gonna try it.
You don't have lightning javelin set up in your...
I don't have
Yeah.
it as an action. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I just have it as an attack. So
Just roll
Yeah.
8d6 and Colin can mark it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now, does he roll for each target, or does he just roll for once and they all take that?
Well, the creature hit takes separate, I think.
Yeah.
The other creatures.
And then, well,
Gotcha.
they have to make a save as well. So anyway, it's 26 to the guy that I hit.
On top of the...
Yeah, because I don't think
26.
the crit counts for the lightning
No,
on the other three,
it
right?
doesn't.
No,
Okay.
just the guy that got struck by the javelin.
Got it. So then I'll
So
roll
26 to him.
to this. Yeah, in addition to the. I
Yeah,
guess
so he
it would be
already-
11.
26 would take him to. Okay.
And Douglan's is as surprised as anybody that they actually connected. And so then I'll roll 4d6, and then just if do you mind doing the save for those three guys?
What's the DC on it?
13 dex
Yes.
save. So it'll be 14, 7 if they save.
They got to make a 13.
Yeah, 1, 2, those three guys right there down the middle.
And there's nothing in that javelin to do that.
I only have it as an attack.
No, but look under the actual description.
The magnifying glass.
No, like
if
the
you
little
don't,
shield.
it's fine. Well, just make a note, Egan, and we'll make sure we set that up for future.
Got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
for
Yeah, I'm sure it's already built into the...
Yeah, I would
into
think
the
so,
Special
but,
stuff, probably.
Okay,
Common
so
enough.
Yeah, if it's a spell effect, it'll be under the description of the item.
Well, no, it's there. I just don't have the
The effect, the built-in effects.
Yeah, I don't see it. I'll work on it,
okay.
though. I'll
So
work on
what is the saving throw? It's a
DC 13 dex save.
dex save.
Yep.
Okay, so our first guys. Oops. He saved 16.
Yeah, I'll create an effect, guys, because
Our
otherwise
next
this is
guy.
a lot of manual crap here.
Okay,
sure it's
our
in there.
next guy. He saves.
7 for those two.
And final guy is Oshug. Oshug the Fantastic. Oh,
Yeah.
he so does not save.
I had to pick one not to save. It would
All right,
be
so that
one.
was 14 damage.
14. Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
guys,
so Oshug takes
Nightingale, you got to
14.
admit that probably looked pretty cool from your angle. Like,
Oh yeah,
on the
dude. I'm very
birds.
proud of you right now. That's
And
the
then you
first time
see-
he's ever really connected with that thing.
It probably looked pretty cool. I'm just saying. Douglan's up on the peak going,
Alrighty.
did I really hit?
Damage is doled.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
our
then
next-
he basically is because going into what do you call it? It's a bonus action. He's going to go into his defensive mode.
Okay.
So you just see him like after he chucks the thing, he just starts kind of twirling the halberd slowly like this, but he can't move anymore. So he's just going to stay up on that bird.
All right, that takes us to Oshug. All right off the bat, Oshug is going to use his battle cry. So each creature of the war chief's choice that is within 30 feet of it can hear it and not already affected by a battle cry gain advantage on attack rolls until the start of the war chief's next turn.
Damn.
So basically the 3 guys around him, nobody else will get the advantage on their attack rolls. And he then races straight at Ren.
Oh shit.
Do I get a attack of opportunity since you come by me?
No.
Too smart for that.
Well,
And
did
he-
pass by me,
Sort of.
you know.
Will attack. So he does get multi-attack. His first attack was his battle cry. His second attack will be his great axe, which he is going to attempt to take Ren's head off with. He hits her.
Oh no.
Oh, you low-rolling son of a bee.
Cody's girlfriend.
8 points of damage out of a
Holy
possible
crap.
24. That's excellent.
He did a third damage.
All right. That's it for Oshug. Kogaan.
It's Kogaan time.
All right. Kogaan. Charge forward. Yeah.
You gotta pick a square. That's
I
middle
think
of
he's
four.
getting.
I'm about to
there's
get
I
big.
think there's a reason he
Oh.
went in the center there.
You know how
Let's
it be.
get dangerous.
I invoke Dragon's Might. Oh.
Oh, nice.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is
then-
pretty awesome.
I will yell, "Get away from Cody's future wife!" and start flailing away at Osha.
For his future wife. He will be nesting with her soon.
Right. Yeah. Miss.
Miss with your flail attack.
Dang. Attack number 2. Oof. Even worse. Wah, wah.
It's usually how you start. You're
Yep.
a little disoriented when you get big and not used to, like a kid on a growth spurt, right?
Well, I guess I'll action surge.
Ooh,
Try again. Oh,
Nice.
Hit.
there we go. All right. I will use the Dragon's Might damage, and I will attempt to hit him with the High Rune, which is my fiery forging rune. So these chains, when I hit him, these fiery chains start to try to wrap itself around him.
Oh dear lord.
Yeah, so I'll roll the damage first for the initial hit. Kind of low. And then these chains. Oh, I should have hit the effect. It's an extra 2d6 fire damage.
I just rolled the 2d6. I can add it too. An extra 3 damage.
3 fire damage, yep. And then he has to make a strength, DC 15 strength save.
A DC
Nice.
15 strength save.
Yep,
He
I just rolled it
failed.
for him.
Excellent.
So, these fiery chains, let's see here, description. He's restrained for 1 minute. While restrained by the shackles, the target takes 2d6 fire damage at the start of each of its turns, and then repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, banishing the shackles on a success.
Okay.
Nicely done, buddy.
Yeah. So I think I drop this effect on him
Yep. He's restrained.
and this. There we go. And then he should automatically take it at the top of his turn.
Take the extra damage.
Yeah.
Nice. Nicely done.
Cool. All right. Oh, that was my first attack of my action surge. Second attack. I don't. Oh yeah, he's restrained, so I have advantage. But I missed it. Wah wah.
That sucks.
A 6 and a 4, like, ow, Oz.
With advantage.
Uh,
Ow.
This is the first time I've actually had the chains stick to someone. So
Yeah, that's nice.
You were like caught by surprise.
yeah. I was like,
It
oh,
worked,
sweet, you
And
failed.
it totally distracted you.
Yeah. All right, that's
Off
my
balance.
turn.
All right.
The universe has balanced itself from last session where I couldn't miss anything.
Do
Yeah,
the
that's
chains
true.
come up from the ground or from you?
I want to say like, when I hit, they kind of explode out in this fiery form that wraps them around.
Yeah, because they're not connected to anything. They just fly
Yeah.
from you and wrap around him, right? Yeah.
Got it.
Burning
That's cool.
chains.
Nice. All right. Iceborne Orc 16 charges Nightingale. He is going to attempt to behead you with his great axe. Are you in agreement with that?
I'll persuade him not to.
He gets 2 attacks against you. His first attack with the great axe.
And advantage.
Oh, that was almost a 20.
That hits.
I may have pooped a little.
Technically, he has advantage.
That is true.
How come?
Because of the battle cry.
Ooh, they all.
Oh
have
yeah,
it?
Like, thank you for that. I'll put that on for his second attack here.
Well, I only got 13 hit points left, boys.
Second attack.
Already? Damn.
Yeah, I'm a bard.
He
I
hits
talk a
with,
big game, but I'm a win.
He hits with his second attack.
Like, you guys can hear every time Corey gets hit. Instead of, like, Corey, it's like... Oh.
Right.
Still standing.
2 nasty smacks with that great axe. Takes us to Iceborne Orc 9, who is coming around the mountain. Seeing the battle, he is going to take a shot with his heavy crossbow he is still carrying at Kogaan, this dragon rather large dragon that suddenly appeared on the battlefield. The arrow goes whizzing by your head, Kogaan. Yeah, although he does get the multi-attack, he does not get it with his heavy crossbow. He is reloading. Which takes us to Landis. Things are looking great, Landis.
Yeah, you know, everybody seems to have things firmly under control.
I think I'll just go back
as
and have
usual.
some breakfast. Just let me know.
Sees Nightingale just gushing blood.
Yeah,
Landis is reading his book.
stupid bard.
We got you, bud.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
The battlefield changed, and so my whole plan changed here. You know what? No, it won't. It won't. Landis moves to here. And as he's walking, you can see him mumbling an incantation as magical energies swirl up. And he puts his hands out, and this pattern begins to weave in between certain ones. So let's see if I can do a cube. Nope. How do I draw a cube? Anyone?
Shift.
Control?
Shift.
Shift and what?
Oh,
Left
right
click.
click and then pick.
You use the middle button, so shift and
Okay.
Oh, middle button.
I don't have a
Dial.
middle button.
The dial.
Nope.
if you don't have a middle button, you can't. You can right click and go into the menu and do it. Just draw it out and then move
Or
it.
if you know it's 20, you just
Hang
click
on.
the two guys, that'll be...
Where'd it go?
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
grid. Oh.
Those two
Okay,
will be targeted by my hypnotic pattern.
sounds good. Sounds hypnotic-y.
So I'll cast it.
Both dudes.
They
Both
both
failed.
failed. So what's going on with those guys?
They are incapacitated.
Nice.
Incapacitato.
Incapacitato.
What color is your pattern, or is it multiple?
Alrighty.
What color is my pattern? Well, it's a swirly pattern of bright colors and erotic half-orc women dancing around. That's really got their attention.
With feathers, like
Yeah.
The two of them on the battlefield all of a sudden just start going.
dropping
Yeah.
trowel.
So I have to maintain concentration on that, and they are stuck until either awakened or, attacked.
Alrighty. Is that
And that
it
is
for you?
Landis' turn. Yeah. I'm trying to get rid of that for you guys. Oh,
I got you back.
well, it's just I found the garbage can finally.
Nightingale. Nightingale, you
Well-
just took a few pretty serious wallops.
I did.
So just FYI, there is a. If you want to get up the cliff, like right around here, is a
Immovable rod.
rod to help you.
But right
You're
there,
still at
eh?
half HP. You didn't take that much damage.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Well, I would assume I can see that both of these half orcs went from death in his eyes to the
Yeah,
look
and
on his
you know, I
face.
mean, I feel like when they just sort of get a glazed look, like they're lost in their own heads, right?
Yeah. I will.
Weirdly aroused, basically. That's what you're looking at.
Sure.
No, it's hey man, he described it. You can't take it back. It's orc women dancing in their heads.
All right.
Oh, I go to there. And I will cast, because he's a little ticked off at Oshug. Can he move with those chains on?
No, he's
Speed is 0. He's
incapacitated.
restrained. Yeah. He's not incapacitated, but he's restrained.
Yes, restrained. Sorry, not incapacitated.
So he attacks with disadvantage. Can't move.
And all you guys get advantage?
Yep. Anyone who attacks him with an attack roll gets
You
advantage.
can't really move away from it, right? So
And I think he automatically fails dex saves when you're restrained.
let's have a quick look.
He's in a whole world of shit right now, which is cool.
Restrained. A restrained creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonuses related to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. The creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving
Disadvantage on
throws.
dex.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nightingale just pulls out his whip and cracks him across the face with it.
Nice.
Ah,
Gonna leave a mark.
just so he remembers you were there.
Yeah. Well, I picked the 11.
Did you pick the 11?
Yeah.
Well, that would be a hit.
A lot of doubles on these d20s. Oh!
Ow.
He thought he was ugly.
He took a serious crack to the face.
Well, thank you all of my companions for giving me the sneak attack damage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, having
And then-
advantage if you sneak attack too.
I will... You know what?
Well, you darn near maxed that out, eh? That was
I
awesome.
will, as a bonus action, chuck a dagger at him. Phew. I got a free hand, so I can chuck a dagger at him. I'll take the 13 for a hit, Bob.
Your Honor.
Take the 13, Your Honor. Ooh, that sounded juicy.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, you got a dagger sticking out of him. That's the end of my round.
All right. Takes us to Iceborne Orc 11.
He's one louder.
He's one louder.
And it's still holding his
Wow.
heavy crossbow. He also lets fly at this rather large dragon that has appeared on the battlefield. He's never been good with this crossbow while he's running.
That's my shield side, and it's extra big right now.
Like a dinner table.
All right. Iceborne Orc 4 is going to
Remember,
run
he's got a
in
javelin
and
sticking in his eye.
attack.
Oh yeah, he's got
Zamir.
the eye hit.
Yeah.
So, if I recall, I gotta double check. He's
like a
at
-2 or something.
disadvantage now. Roll
I'd
that.
say so. He has a javelin sticking out of his eye. He's dragging his head along the ground.
The
Or he can
loss of
pop
the
it out
eye
and leave
both
the eyeball.
result in permanently granting. So everyone gets advantage if you are oh, this is complicated. We're just
I
gonna give-
approach from the right side.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with everyone's getting advantage against him right now. Yeah, you got to pick which side it was, and then if you approach from that side, that's too complicated. You just get
stupid rules.
You get
I think
advantage against them.
I think veteran fighters would know which eye the javelin's sticking out of, so maybe go around that side.
I mean, an immediate loss in depth perception, you're going to have trouble defending yourself. Makes sense.
All right, he is swinging at Zamir with his great axe. First attack on Zamir
Damn.
is a good one.
We gotta hand it to Zamir stepping up here, guys.
Second attack on Zamir. Oh, this guy should be getting advantage. No, we've been past Oshug. So. No, we haven't.
He was outside of the...
We haven't been back to Oshug yet.
Yeah, he was outside of the...
No, he was one of the three.
He was one of the three. Yeah. And of course, with advantage, he misses.
I'm rubbing off on you.
I've got an aura too.
All right, Iceborne Orc 2 is incapacitated. Is there any save or anything? How does that work long term? He just stays that way as long as he's not attacked, right?
Yeah, as long as he's not hurt. I create a twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air inside a 30-foot cube. The pattern appears for a moment and then vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by this spell, the creature is incapacitated and has the speed of 0. The spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
Okay.
They are stuck there until...
Or you lose concentration.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, top of the order gives us Mr. 14, who has noticed Douglan at the top of the hill and takes a shot with his heavy crossbow.
Hello.
At the top of the hill.
Douglan knocks the bolt out of the air with his twisty. Okay, Zamir. Zamir drops his bow, draws his short sword, and attacks Iceborne Orc 4.
With advantage.
Alright.
Silly eyeball.
The eyeballless man. So with advantage.
This is javelin sticking out of his skull.
Oh, he hits him with the short sword.
Stab his other eye.
Zamir takes him down.
He's almost happy to die, guys. Let's be honest.
All right. Ren. Now, if Ren moves away from this guy, there would be no opportunity attack, or would
No,
there?
he still can. It just.
Oh yeah, he still gets his attacks, doesn't he? It's just with disadvantage. Yeah. She will disengage and move.
She's a penumbra.
She's gonna move back to here. No, she needs to. She's gonna take some cover there where she can continue to shoot her bow at him.
Nice.
And that will take us to Douglan.
Alrighty. To go right here, I mean, it shows 10, but would that be 20 because of the...
Yeah, having to climb down.
Yeah, so he's going to go right there at 20. He's going to take a crack at Iceborne Orc 14.
Sweet.
There. Excellent. You know what? Why are we here?
I don't
Why
know.
are we
Smite
here?
him.
Why are we here?
Smite him!
Away you go. Right, second attack on this dude. Nice. Excellent. And so then he is going to take his last 10 feet and he's going to move right through here. And he's thinking to himself that those sparring sessions with Kogaan are paying off. He's actually hitting things. And that's Douglan's turn.
All right. So Oshug is going to take some damage here right off the bat. And then
I'll drop the save on him. Or he's gonna take attack.
He's going to do his best to attack Kogaan with his multi-attack on his great axe. First attack. He couldn't get a swing.
Nice.
It's tough in these chains. Second attempt to swing at Kogaan. Missed again. He's just like... All right. Give us a save there.
He's pretty strong though, so he might. Orcs are strong. Oh yeah, he's out.
Manage it. While he's swinging that axe, he manages to burst out of these fiery chains.
So it looks like I can delete the things off of him.
Yeah.
If
If you put them on,
If you
can
put
take
them on,
off.
you can take them off. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, Kogaan, what did you think about that?
That was pretty good. Let me try. He's targeted. First attack. Hit. Break might. Always rolling low on the dragon's might. Second attack. Oops.
I'm almost tempted to hit Oshug with the healing stick just so you can beat him some more.
Nice.
Kogaan slays Oshug.
Plays Oshug. And then I will move up this way. Get in this guy's grill.
Well, look at the size of that token.
I know it's a
Pounding along in giant size.
You must be terrified. I mean,
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
what would be
literally.
terrifying is when you
Like
square
13
off
feet
with him
tall
and all
and
of a sudden he goes...
you're like,
All right, is that it for you, Kogaan?
That's it. That's my turn.
All right. Iceborne 16 continues to drift.
Be impressed by the dancing ladies and the swirls.
Iceborne Orc 9 takes a shot at Douglan with his heavy crossbow. And misses. Time for him to throw that away. All right, Landis, what do you got?
Okay, as a bonus action, Landis Misty Steps. To there. And then, as my action, I cast Frostbite on Ice Orc 14.
Oh, they love
hit him with
cold. They love
The old
cold.
cantrip.
Little reminder of home.
they were born with the ice.
As you know, some of these spells are, it's a sucker save, so
So it's
hopefully
sucking.
he sucks. But he's saved.
He's just like, oh, This is the best I've felt since I got into the
It's
desert.
been so hot.
That's the end of Landis's turn.
All right, Nightingale.
Well, I'll whip out. I'll drop my whip in the sand and draw me bow out and take a shot at 14 from here.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
You're not sure what happened, but your spell blew up in your face, so it's not relevant to, thankfully for you.
A shot into the sand.
Yes.
Like right by Douglan's
Luckily
feet.
not relevant to what you did.
Then I will use my bonus action to dash to, yeah, right here. And that's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Iceborne Orc 11 is gonna drop his crossbow and engage Kogaan with his great axe. First attack. Misses. Second attack. Well, the good news is that although you can't hit them, they also can't hit you. So you know, it's not all bad.
Strong of body, weak of mind.
I think they're hitting him. It just has no effect.
Yeah, it's hitting that shield of his.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
you're hard to miss, dude. It's just not affecting you in any way. Shape, or form.
Iceborne Orc 14 is going to drop his heavy crossbow and engage Douglan with his great axe.
Please come within 10 feet, please.
He
Well,
did.
He was already within 10 feet, so go ahead.
Okay, diagonally counts though.
He's there now.
All right. Well, no, because if I hit him, he stops. He can't move any closer.
Well, yeah, he was already kind of.
All right, fine. But let me take a shot at it. Get away! All right, now you can hit me.
All right, first swing with his great axe at Douglan. Connect. Second attack, swinging on the back swing. Another a miss. Another a miss. How could that be a miss?
That put me over with the defense, great weapon defense. He would have hit over. I'm just telling the studio audience that. That's all.
You're just telling the studio audience what?
Had I not done great weapon defense, that would have hit.
Yes, that would. All right. Takes us to Zamir. Zamir sheaths his sword, picks up his longbow, and repositions himself. To be able to let fly a few arrows next round. I don't think Landis has got anyone to shoot at. She's going to take
Well,
the
she
dodge.
might not know that the orcs are.
Yeah, I suppose
stupefied.
that's
She-
true, eh? She would
Well, he
probably
doesn't-
fire at them. She wasn't.
She doesn't fight with us often
That
to
is,
recognize that look.
that is
I guess.
fair. So she'll
Plus,
take a
it's a juicy target, right?
she'll take
I mean,
a shot at 16 with her short bow.
In all fairness, you know.
Nope,
Yeah,
that is
absolutely.
very true.
You missed
Would
it.
she have advantage though, or
He
no?
missed, so he stays there.
No, they're incapacitated. It's different.
It's
Yep.
different.
All right. And oh, wait, no. Sorry, she gets 2 shots. No, she does not. My apologies. Moving on to Douglan.
All right. Part of his great weapon defense, I can disengage, not as an action. It only takes half of my movement speed. So
Okay.
I am going to first hit him, hopefully, a couple of times, because I don't like him. He smells funny. But I missed. Second attack is another. Yay. There we go. All right, so disengage. I'm going to move back right to here.
You also have your pole arm attack.
What's that?
The butt end bonus
Butt
attack.
end, your bonus attack if you want.
Well, oh yeah, this is not an action. It's the bonus.
It's
Yeah, you're right.
related to your movement.
Yeah. So
What
yeah, it's
is
just
that?
the movement. All right, I'll do that little bonus attack. The little butt end as I go away. No, I won't. Okay.
No, you
So,
won't.
moving on. Am I? I just want to make sure that because I want to keep him at more than 10 feet distance. If I need to move one more over to get
No,
that.
he'll move into to within 10 feet if he moves
Okay.
towards you next time.
Okay. Yeah. So that's my turn. I am like taunting him though. Like, come on, come on.
All right, Kogaan.
All right. Kogaan would like to use one of his attacks. So he steps forward a little bit, takes his shield and like presses down on this guy to try to shove him to the ground.
Nice.
So I think it's opposed. I use athletics and he can use acrobatics or athletics to defend.
Defend
But I
himself.
get advantage because I'm huge. Well, large. Dragon's might, strength.
All right.
Let's see.
What's
Yeah.
do you have the
It's
ability
opposed,
or do I just
so
need
you
it?
roll.
It's
he rolls.
opposed.
Oh, okay, it's opposed. He'll use strength.
Oh my goodness.
You got a 17.
Yep.
Jesus.
Still really
I
good.
rolled low. Yeah.
Yeah, that was some pretty low rolls.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll just hit you normally.
The sand.
I guess
kinda
I'll just beat
displayed.
you then.
Dun, 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 dun. Target. Lael. Or not, you know. Just another one of those days.
Dang.
I will stay where I am and keep this guy occupied.
Alrighty.
He's tripping balls, that guy.
Yeah.
It's like so deep in shrooms right now.
All right. Iceborne Orc 9 drops his crossbow, draws his battle axe, and charges towards. I guess Douglan would make the most sense. Okay, you can make your attack.
Nice.
And if he doesn't have
he's decided he's gonna stay right here.
reach, there you go. He's decided. There you go. But my reaction is gone, so the other guy can come
Landis.
in.
Mr. Landis. Mr.
Well,
Tenebrin, what do you
I'll
got?
try to make the odds a little better for Douglan here. I'm gonna hit. Yeah, let's try to zap the Iceborne Orc 14 there in the head with me frostbolt.
With my frostbolt.
Pew pew.
Yes.
Oh, he's just. It's like this is like air conditioning being provided to him during
Well,
the battle.
Except it's going to be brain freeze big time.
Oh, nice. Nice.
He
dude.
dies happy. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
finally.
And that's Landis's contribution.
Alrighty.
Thank you a
Nightingale.
lot.
My pleasure, Douglan.
Pretty exciting around you, Nightingale.
It is, isn't it? All these people just kind of hanging out. Well, I don't know how Kogaan. Well, he's pretty big. Douglan's old. This is the thought pattern going on in Nightingale's head. Well, Kogaan's really big right now, but Douglan's really old, so...
I mean,
Iceborne Orc 9, all of a sudden that big battle axe he's holding goes red hot.
sweet.
As I heat metal.
Nice.
Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell. And until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action each turn to subsequently cause that creature to keep burning, unless he drops it.
Nice.
So it's, if an effect says self, it says heat metal self. Do I cast it on me? And that will do the effect to him every round? Or do I cast it on them?
I'm not.
Is it a concentration?
Yep.
Yeah, so you probably have to cast it on yourself so that the concentration is relevant.
Okay.
And then you just do the damage.
Yeah, you drop the damage on him.
As his great battle axe is now burning his hands.
Alright, that is number 9. Is that it for you, Nightingale?
And then I will...
And then...
And then I will move... I'll take the dash action over here. I can do 60. And he'll be like, Ren, don't be shooting those two fellas standing there with their heads up their butts. They're not in danger. We're gonna question them fellers for info later.
Alright, is that it for you?
That's it. And
Right.
then using my ultra action.
Your ultra action. Oh, one of those. Alright, Iceborne Orc 11, who is hopeful that he will take down this dragon. First attack. Misses. Second attack. Oh, goodness.
There is an aura of suck around Kogaan.
Well, I mean, it works both ways. He can't hit
Yeah, it
them,
works.
but they
That's
can't
what I
hit
mean.
him, so...
This guy and I are bonding right now. We're like,
Yeah.
You know what? Just
Maybe we
just
should just-
swinging back and forth at each other, ducking.
You really don't want to hit each other.
you
You guys
go
are just
your
gonna hug
way,
it out.
I'll go my way, and we'll just call it square.
All right. Zamir now with his bow takes a shot at Iceborne Orc 9. He gets 2 attacks with his longbow. First attack. Connects. Oh. Second attack with his longbow. Misses. All right. Alanis hearing Corey's warning about those two. She's going to take the dodge action. Douglan.
Yes, sir. Right there. Oh, there,
Oh.
there they go. No gouged out eye.
Gosh, dude,
Nice work, Douglan. You're the crit master tonight, buddy.
Crit master. So I took
Lord of
10.
the crits.
You know, he is. Let's see. I guess I gotta go over there because I haven't heard one steel on flesh hit from Kogan's way. So his instincts are.
a lot of metal on metal clanking going on over there. Is there?
I think I had 20 feet left, if I'm not mistaken. So he's gonna go right to there and ask the big guy if he would like some help.
I mean, I guess.
I see these two though. They're like embracing. I'm like, I don't know if I should.
No,
interrupt.
it's okay. I think he's gonna come with us to the port city. He's never been on an airship, he says.
He's never been on an airship. Really wanted to see the world before he died.
I think he's not really that bad. He just never met anyone good before.
It's just misunderstood.
Yeah.
Is that it for you, Douglan?
Yes, sir. Yes, thank you.
All right. Kogaan. Finish him.
Alright. Tell you what, if I miss you here, then we'll be friends, and if I don't, then you'll be dead.
We'll be friends.
Awesome. Jeez. Oh, there we go.
There
I was
we
like,
go.
come on.
Alright, Dragon's Might hit. There we go. That's better. There,
That
this
was a
feels
good.
great.
That was a good wall of 18. Oh, look at that! Now it's coming in.
Well, Douglan's coming over. He's trying to kill him before he cuts there.
Yeah, I can't have this.
Sorry, we can't be friends. My dad's coming.
My dad's coming.
My dad's coming.
I think I'm going to get in trouble for talking to you.
Alright, that's my turn.
That's not how I taught you, Doc. Kogan.
Oh my! Oh, my dad's coming. Landis.
I don't know if I want to break this love session up here. Let's see. What's the range on that? 60 feet. Am I within 60 feet of Iceborne Orc 11?
Oh yeah. Of Iceborne Orc 11. Let's have a look.
Oh, yeah.
Here. You are 45 feet away.
I will hit him with the frost bite. Why not? Didn't get all dressed up here for nothing today. Failure. Failure. Oh yeah, baby. And he gets disadvantage on his next weapon attack roll as his numb fingers are hard to manipulate.
Because he's numb.
Because he's numb.
Okay.
Comfortably numb.
Is that it for you, Landis?
Yes.
All right, Nightingale.
Nightingale will pick up his bow or his whip and then head over towards this guy, and I'll just move all the way, and then I'm going to take out my rope and start tying him up.
Alrighty.
I'm being gentle though, so that I don't wake him from
so
his
you don't
slumber.
injure him in any way.
Yeah. I'm not attempting to wake him, I'm attempting to do it very caressingly.
Gingerly.
I'll pretend it's like the woman dancing around him with the feather, wrapping him with rope.
All right. Iceborne Orc 11. He's got his last chance to do some
Remember,
damage.
disadvantage
on
for this first one.
Thank you for the reminder. Nice.
Oh, thank God.
That was a well-protected disadvantage.
Woo.
Misses with the first attack and hits with the second. Oh, now the bashing's going on. Dad's coming. Can't be friends.
Yep. Man, they have the opportunity to do some serious damage. Been rolling pretty low.
Oh, it's brutal. All right, Zamir. 15 repositions himself. Lets loose on Iceborne Orc 11. First arrow hits.
Nice.
Second arrow also hits. That one catches the orc right through the throat into the skull. Down he goes.
Gross.
Let's tie them up. We got some question to ask, and I gotta go piddle.
Douglan's gonna go take the javelin out of the orc's head and
Out of his eye.
His immovable rod.
All right, you go about tying up these orcs, and we will take a little break.
Gotta go to the little cowboy's room.
The little cowboy's room, yes. And we'll be back shortly. Be right back. All right, we're back. We are back after a little fray.
So we've got these two Iceborne orcs tied up.
You do. And we'll say you have, you've just sort of moved back to the front entrance of Blesa. The guards have partially closed the door, and the six of them are just all standing there looking. They seem perturbed by what they've witnessed.
I think this is gonna bring more down on them. Was there anything on these Iceborne orcs that would be of value?
They are they were all carrying what would appear to be equipment for their travels across the desert. So they have bedrolls, and they're crossbows, water skins. These guys are all wearing leather armor, which was a bit of an upgrade from the hide that you saw in the original group. So they're carrying just the goods they've used to make it across the desert.
Same with Oshug?
Yeah, nothing else.
Okay.
It looks like they were trying to travel as light as possible, but still be equipped to be out in the desert. So if you're interested in any of their bedrolls or boots or leather armor or such.
Nah. The militia wants it, they can have it. There's a couple of good big axes in there. Maybe chop some
There are
wood.
some heavy crossbows. Heavy
Just
crossbows.
recommendation. You may not want to have any record or sign of orcs being here, alive or dead, including their equipment. Just a thought.
You're saying that to them?
Yeah.
You're the bodies, basically.
Yeah, to the militia, say, you're welcome to have it, but orcs usually have friends, and they come calling. You may not want to have any record that they were here.
You see a couple of them head back into Blesa, presumably to get some reinforcements. They're in agreement with that these bodies need to be disposed of.
Does OSHA have any what do you call it? Like pouches, any other documents, any other,
No, again, they're all carrying the same sort of gear. They look like they tried to keep things as light as possible so they could move quickly across the desert. So just what they've been using to survive in the desert.
When we infiltrated their camp to save Alanis, did we get a head count or no? Because they were all in their tents, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
couldn't really tell. There were lots of orcs in the tents. That's all that hero could make out. It was hard to get a head count.
Got it.
So what should we do with these two living fellers?
Let's have a chat. I can do the zone if you'd like. I'm not sure they. Well, we don't know if they can speak common yet. So
Well, I can speak or goblin. Maybe they can speak goblin.
well, wake them up.
Oh, they would have been woken up by now.
Yeah, a few good slap arounds and they're awake.
In goblin, I'll say Oshak is dead. So are the rest of your companions. You want a chance of survival. Tell us why you're in the desert. Or my big friend there will cut your head off.
Oh, yes. Roar! And I'll Kogaan would never do something.
I just picture Kogaan just big, but like a smile on his face, like the least threatening guy ever.
Yeah.
But he's like gigantic.
Well, I'm not large anymore. It only lasts for a minute.
Oh, okay.
So the one of the two orcs kind of looks towards Corey and says, "I've no idea what you're talking about." He's speaking common.
Well, if you'd like, I could,
Do you have intimidate, Corey?
well, I
Good
could
cop,
cast,
bad cop?
well, I could cast the, whatever he says has to be the truth, or he gets the shits.
Is that what happens?
That's rough.
Circle of explosive diarrhea. Well, Corey will take that he speaks common as a good sign. And explain to him what I had said in orc or goblin. The rest of his companions are dead, and if they want any chance of survival, they need to explain to us why the iceborne orcs are down in the Sea of Sand.
The orc that spoke before says, "We follow Oshug's orders. Whatever he tells us, we do."
Well, what was he telling you were there for?
We are protecting the place where they will come back.
What I assumed.
Who's they?
You want me to ask that?
What?
Oh, he's speaking common, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's they?
The ones that will join with the Iceborne. We will rule this world.
I mean, lads, I think we can surmise who they're talking about.
Who? Oh, sorry. I don't know why I just rolled an initiative there.
You
You
rolled
rolled a
great,
20,
though.
so it was
Dude,
great.
you're ready to go. You're ready to
I
fight.
slap him around faster than anyone knows what happened. Who was Oshug taking his orders from?
That'll require a check.
What kind of a check would you like? Persuasion.
Oh, that's clearly acrobatics. If you
Intimidation?
can, yeah, if you can really acrobatic, well, to be like, oh yeah, we'll tell you anything you want to know. Yeah,
Okay.
you're still at intimidation, persuasion, however you want to approach it.
You know what? I'll use intimidation. Why not? It's the language these guys speak. I just don't intimidate very well.
Yeah,
I'm actually
They're not
skilled in
buying it.
Could I help?
You could have done it. Where have
Well,
you been this
you're-
whole time? I said good cop, bad cop, and you just stood there.
I did. Douglan's not used to the interrogation, and I realized
he was
that
still
I have,
trying to figure out which cop he was. Am I the
I
good
know.
cop
I'm
or the
like,
bad
what
cop?
an idiot, because I have a +5 on both intimidation and persuasion, and we've been letting Corey do all the talking. Yeah. I'm sorry, lad.
Well,
Welcome
try
to
some
Dungeons and
intimidation of
Dragons.
your own.
If I may, yeah. I get over there and I put
Push me aside, be all rough and.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay,
I just-
sorry, boss.
I go and I put the tip of my halberd like right under his throat there, just to lift up his.
Oh, I can't watch.
Um, you know, I noticed, lad, that you didn't shave very well this morning. Perhaps I could help you with that, or perhaps you could tell me what I want to know. I guess that would be intimidation.
Intimidation check.
That's better.
It kind of goes up a little higher.
We all answer to the Dark One.
Ah, the Dark One. Have you ever seen the Dark One?
Of course, I have fought with him.
Is he an orc like you?
He is.
Oh. But he's dark.
He is strong and powerful, and he will kill you all.
Of course, of course.
Maybe.
Where is he now? Where's this Dark One?
You'll need another check for that answer.
Not as good.
He just
And let-
snickers.
Well, I mean, if he's so big and strong, what does it matter? You tell me where he is. He's gonna kill us anyway, right?
He will kill you all.
Yeah. But not unless he finds what he needs, right? Isn't that why you guys were out here?
He doesn't say anything further.
Well, I think we got as much as we could out of him. I mean, I could continue shaving if you'd like, lads, but
Kind of off to the side, Landis will be like, "What is our plan for these two? Leave them with the people of Blesa?"
we could take them along. So that way they're not here.
I mean, they are. I'm sure Lessa has some sort of holding facility, and they are unarmed now, and they are tied up. They can choose to do what they wish. Maybe I don't.
I guess, Kogaan, where I'm going with this is I'm trying to keep Blesa, like, away from any connection to these orcs. And if they have reinforcements that show up and two of their kind are sitting in a jail here, they're going to assume that they had something to do with killing Oshag. So, again, I'll do what the group says, but my gut tells me that we should get these guys away from here.
Or maybe if they put all their heads on pikes, including Oshugs, and outside their area, they might keep orcs away. That this place is more than capable of handling orcs. It is gruesome, but
Yeah, no, Kogaan, I like your thinking, but the orcs that I've had experience with, they don't, they
not
sort of,
easily intimidated.
they get off on the bloodshed.
I didn't do too well.
What's that?
I tried to intimidate him, and he just smiled.
Fair enough. I would say, well, you could ask their leaders,
Yeah.
and just
That's-
leave it up to them.
Mhm.
We can take them if they do not feel comfortable.
Yeah, I'll tell them what I think, but obviously, if they want to, do with them what they please, I'm not murdering them. I can't. It's no battle. I can't do it. I don't want to do it.
It's not Kogaan style either.
I don't believe in murder, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, you two just go for a long walk. I'll take them and let them
Or
go.
So yeah, so let's see what they have to say, what their thoughts are.
The good folk of Blesa, they
Yeah.
want absolutely nothing to do with orcs. They are already infuriated at the possible ramifications that this could have for Blesa.
Mhm.
They're already digging deep holes to get rid of the bodies that are here. And as far as these two go, they want you to take them with you.
Well, we'll take them with us. We can
Yeah,
make use
we can take
of them.
I mean, it's still early. There's lots of day left. We
Yep.
might as well start heading back to.
Can I use a couple hit dice, Colin?
For you want me to run a short rest before you leave, or
Yeah.
I can give you a little helping hand too if you'd like.
Nah, save it.
Okay.
Hit dice are there to be used.
Don't run the short rest yet.
okay? So let me know when you're ready for a short rest.
Now you can run it.
What is
Wow.
That
That short rest was
That's a short rest.
invigorating.
Very
was
big fanfare.
magnificent.
Big fanfare.
I feel rallied by the kingdom.
my God, did we have?
Ah, one
Oh,
hit
one.
point. Come on.
Did the bard do Song of Rest? Is there a bard somewhere?
There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah,
There we go.
good enough.
Oh, I got hit too. Shit, maybe I should do some of those.
What's your language, your paladin?
Sorry, I'm gonna use the hit die.
Oathbreaker.
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go. Okay, cool.
That was a good one.
I wish you would have taken an oath of silence.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow, harsh.
Douglan's not walking close to
Landis,
Corey.
you're after getting all blurry on us there. Have you been drinking?
No, you guys have if I'm blurry.
Your
Just
computer's
you
been
though.
running.
That's what's weird.
All right. Yep, that seemed to work. So the good folk of Blesa are essentially, they are disposing of the bodies and cleaning up the scene, so there is no sign of what has happened. The tieflings that you were talking to the night before, they've decided maybe they'll go their own way. Thank you. You seem to be attracting a bit of trouble.
But we bought you 2 rounds of drink.
And
Dinner.
A little bloodshed.
Lannis suggests that you definitely need to make tracks to Vuland if we're going to get there by morning. Zamir is in agreement that daylight is wasting. Both of them suggest that dragging these orcs along with us is going to make it an awful long day. So disposing them in some way along the way, whether it's leaving them tied up for the buzzards to get, they just, as both of them suggest, Vuland's not going to want them, so something has to happen with them between here and Vuland.
How long is it from here to Vuland?
A day's travel.
Okay, perfect. Well, half a day's travel out. Corey Fairbanks is gonna deal with the baddies.
Deal with them.
You're not telling.
Will you
Douglas.
go set them free, Cody?
Oh,
Yeah, he's-
I'll leave the gods to judge their fate.
I'm just gonna take them back behind the rocks here and let them go.
Yeah. You might hear a wet slamming sound. Don't worry
That's
about
the
it.
chains coming off.
Well, no, basically, I'm just gonna stake him to the ground and leave him there.
Hmm.
Next storm ought to do him in.
Okay.
Kogan's
does the dirty work.
wrestling with some personal demons, but
Well, Kogaan, I'm not telling him that. I'm
Okay.
telling DM that. I'm not going to go to Kogaan. First, I'm cutting their tongues out.
Yeah.
So they can't tell anybody. Then I'm just going to stake them to the ground so the storms rip them apart slowly with like getting sandblasted. It ought to be tedious and painful the whole time. I'm not going to... He won't sleep in the nest any day soon, man.
he just won't sleep at all.
Yeah.
All right. So you head out into the desert. This is now your 4th day traveling the Sea of Sand, and you're all, you've had a couple of battles, a lot of hot days. You're all feeling the effects of having spent basically 4 days out here enduring the elements. But you do make it to Vulan before the evening storms. Sans 2 orcs that got left behind somewhere.
Yeah.
When you
I'm
are
sure they will go back to their homeland in the north.
when
I
you're
pointed them in
within
the right direction.
I pointed them in the right direction, yeah. When you're within about an hour of Vuland, Zamir stops the group, and he says, I must return to the desert. I wish to go and speak with the families of the other guides that were killed during our expedition to the Scar. He turns to Alanis and he says, I apologize that I was not able to get you safely to the Scar and back the first time. He reaches into his pouch and he pulls out a smaller pouch and he hands it back to her. I am returning your payment. I do not deserve this. As for the rest of you, it has been a pleasure traveling the desert. You are all very capable of looking after yourselves, and it has been an honor for me to travel with you.
Thank you, Zamir. I am sorry that I ever harbored doubt that you might betray us.
In the world that we live in, Kogaan, it is fair to be suspicious.
All right.
And then he basically, you're now on sort of the beaten path into Vulan. It's you won't really be able to go astray from here. And he turns and heads back the way you came. He just wants to make sure the 2 orcs are finding their way back home safely.
Mm-hmm.
As he's leaving, Corey will be like, they'll be easy to find. Each one of them is dragging a 50-pound bag of sand I put on behind them. They were headed that way. I realized I didn't have any stakes, and stakes in the sand don't really hold well, so I just
I
packed
staked
big
them
bag.
to the sand. I don't know how they got away.
Yeah. Well, I forgot to tell you all, after that battle, I don't know if you guys realized, but Corey had lit a cigar. The battle was over and the ash was like that long, but still hadn't knocked off.
They fought
That's
the
how
whole,
calm
fought
and
the
cool he
whole-
was the whole...
the whole battle with just the burning cigar in his
Awesome.
mouth. Nice. All right.
Okay, well,
You arrive in Vuland just as evening approaches. Now, the evening storms when you're actually on the coastline, they're more just wind. You don't get the blowing, You don't get the blowing sand and everything else you get when you're in the desert.
Mhm.
It definitely cools as you get towards the coast, you know, and it's more temperate temperature once you arrive in Vuland. Alanis, as you're kind of taking the final bit of path down into Vuland, requests that you go to see Athena at the Sand Whisper Inn. She wants to let Athena know that she is okay and that she made it back from the desert.
Sure.
Sure.
Can do that.
We'll send word. I guess we got to arrange transportation, or did the boat dock right in?
It's out on the water.
We could, arrange to have a messenger boat go out and let them know that.
We'll be coming.
Yeah.
Let's head to the Sand Whisper.
All right. You make your way to the Sand Whisper Inn. Athena is there, going about her business with Rohirri and Cassir, who are all going about their business. Athena is, of course, very, very happy to see that Alanis is alive, although looking a little different than the last time they had met. As you all sort of arrive and Athena, you know, says for everyone to take seats, you know, she's serving you up some food and drink and such. She turns to Alanis and says, there is a gentleman. His name is Methor. He has been here a couple of days looking for you, Alanis. He says that he is the brother of Inkira and Deloth Zandani.
Corey will look over to Douglan and be like, "You remember them Danny's sister, don't you?"
That was when you
Whale
and I
spell?
yeah, that was at the beginning with you and I, eh?
Well, it's the only reason Alanis was here.
That's right. Perhaps, Alanis, we could come along?
Well, we'll just have him come down and join us and find out why it is that, I would assume he probably wishes to speak to us about the sister's rescue, but probably best to have
Yeah.
him meet all of us here.
I think you're right.
Did we ever ask her? She left them, right? And did her own thing? The sisters? Alanis left because she escorted them back, right?
Yeah, she brought them here to Vulan and then made arrangements to have them taken back to their family in the desert.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Let's hear what Methor has to say. Me, Captain America.
All right, so Athena sends the boy upstairs, Cassir. Shortly thereafter, a tiefling man arrives at the table, and he immediately sort of looks to Alanis, the only female that's here, and he says, "You must be Alanis." And
She's
she
like,
says,
"Nadoy."
I'm the only girl, okay? I have been chasing you all over the sea of sand. You are a very difficult person to catch up with, and I truly believe that I was soon going to have to give up the case. But it is good that we are able to finally meet. My name is Methor Zandani. I am the oldest brother of Inkaria and Deloth, who I am glad to say are home, safe and sound with our family, and we are very, very thankful to you. Now, based on the girls' descriptions, I do believe that you are Douglan? Is that correct?
You're correct.
You were one of those that helped save my sisters.
I was.
And he turns to Kogaan and says, you must be the big grumpy one that they spoke of. Corvus, I believe, is your name? They did not
I'm afraid-
mention that you were a Dragonborn.
No, you have me mistaken. I am not this Corvus person you speak of.
Me thought perhaps I can I can help you out here. We were traveling with a very large man at the time, but he has since followed his path, if you will. But no, I was there, and I was the one along with some others that helped help your sisters. But the rest aren't here right now.
Well, Alanis and Douglan, we are very, very thankful to you. On behalf of my family, I would like to present you with a few things as our thanks. He reaches into his clothes and he pulls out a pouch. He reaches inside the pouch and he pulls out a fair-sized diamond. But what all catches your eye about this diamond is it seems to be sparkling from the inside. So almost like there is a light emitting from the inside. Mithor says, this is known as a Devil Star Diamond. Devil Star Diamonds emit a sparkling light, and they are believed to have captured some of the magic from the explosion that resulted from the spell that was cast to close the rift during the last gathering. He puts that back in and hands it to Alanis. And then he reaches in his clothes in another spot and he pulls out a wooden token, a carved token. And he says that my family is indebted to you for rescuing our sisters. This is the Zandani clan symbol. As you can see, it shows a large diamond over top of an image of the sun, all surrounded by scorpions. You may take this token, this carving, to Zeray and present it to any desert guide. They will contact the Zandani family, and we will come to your assistance in any way that we can.
Cool.
All right, let's hand out. Okay, so Alanis just hands both items to Douglan.
Well, listen, I can vouch for the other gentleman, Nightingale. If there's any more, I can take it for him.
All right, so
Corey, elbows yelling. Yeah.
okay, let me see if I can get this right. Now, if I hold,
The party sheet.
Douglan's not the only one who's been schooling the others on what to do and say.
He's learning.
did that go into your inventory, Egan?
Let me click on my new tab that has inventory. I have amulets.
It'll be a Devil Star Diamond.
No. It popped up as like an item.
Okay, you can drag that into your inventory.
There we go. Got it. Devil
And
Star
then, the symbol.
Dang. It's worth 1,000, folks.
All right, both of those are in your inventory.
It also glows from the inside, so
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
When not in front of Nethor, he will eventually hand the diamond to Landis.
For further investigation.
Yeah, it has the feel of magic about it. And then
Now
also,
Mithor says, "Now, please, you have to let me buy you some food and drink as my final thanks. Are we up for that?"
always.
That would be appreciated.
All right, he heads off with Athena to put together some sort of banquety meal above and beyond what they would normally be serving, and they're all bringing you drinks and all that, and now the group is seated around the table at the
But
inn.
if I could sort of whisper, I don't want to say whisper, but just be very discreet. I want to talk. Douglan wants to talk to Corey, and first of all, he's going to pass him the coin, the wooden coin. I
Token?
I think
the carving.
Yeah, I think it'd be better if you have this. You just are a little better with people than I am. Listen, Corey, should we maybe see if these folks know anything about those artifacts? Any rumors? Is it worth talking to them about? I mean, they're guys after all.
Gemstones that were in the sisters?
No, the hair weave belt of strength and the other thing. I mean, I know this is they're a little bit out of the territory, but they're guides. They may know or have heard. I don't know. If you
I
think
don't think that they'll have an idea, Douglan.
Right.
The sea of sand is far removed from the wall there.
Understood. I just thought to ask.
You can ask. Never hurts to ask, but they don't seem to wander far.
Mhm. Okay, so I'm putting the Devil Star Diamond in the party sheet, but he wants to give it to Landis.
Yep.
And then the wood, where is it? Symbol of
Barry,
the
you
sun.
should be able to open the party sheet and drag those items to yourself.
They're both in there.
Does the Devil Star Diamond make that scary sound every time you...
Yeah, every time it shows up on the chat.
That's why Douglan gave it to Landis.
It's making weird sounds.
He was
Whispering
burning
and
his
infernal.
hand. Yeah.
And the Zandani clan coin?
Actually, you know what? Douglan will ask Mithor while we're all, around. So
Yep,
tell
he
me, Mithor,
rejoins the group.
tell me, Mithor, you say that you're sort of a clan of guides, if I'm understanding correctly, or at least you have some experience there?
No. The Zandani family are diamond miners.
Misunderstood. Yeah.
We are well known with the guides of Zray.
Mhm.
So if you bring the token to one of the guides, they will know where to find us.
Very good. Forgive an old man. I'm a bit slow on the get up here.
That is no
Sometimes
problem.
things don't connect. Corey, was there someone in our past that was interested in diamonds or selling diamonds or buying diamonds? I forget.
In our past?
Well, the tieflings, I think, weren't they looking to have a connection there with diamonds?
Corey, you've been hitting the sauce hard again today. Every tiefling in the Sea of Sand sells diamonds.
All right.
They don't buy any.
All right. Wasn't somebody looking to sell? I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
from Blesa.
Yeah. All right. And the Zandani clan are also sellers. Got it. Nobody buys them. Everybody sells it around here.
Well, the merchants come in and buy them.
Got it. Okay.
The outside merchants, they all come to the port cities, sell them to the merchants who take them back to places like the protected land.
Douglan's gonna bury himself in cups, not talk anymore.
Bury himself in a cup. It's the heat. It's the heat, Douglan.
Corey's like, damn, I think I forgot to heal your brain pan when you took a hit there.
So, food comes in from other places that Athena has made. There's a fairly good spread laid out for the evening. Alanis, during one of the times that Methor leaves to make sure there's still lots of drink and food and all the rest, she says to the group, now, we do need to get back to the Penumbra College as quickly as possible. This map clearly needs to be seen by the right people so that Easterly can be warned of what is coming. Are we to return to the city of Alagon then as soon as possible?
That would be the plan.
Weren't we thinking of having, getting Alanis dropped off, or taken all the way, but we would get dropped off at the, what was it called, the Divide?
Oh yeah. Do you guys still want to do that? Does that sound like the plan?
Since we're on
Douglan?
the side of the lands, anyways.
So one little moment here. You guys have the map, the Emathan map. Do you want me to reshare it with everybody? Just so
I have it up.
I have it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you should probably see some markers on it now, pins that you can
Pins,
click on.
yeah.
They'll open
Yeah.
other maps. I am
I see
going.
one.
So, if you, from where you guys are in the Sea of Sand,
Yeah.
where the water goes inland, if you follow the mountains up towards the Barrens, just basically where that bay ends up there, that is the area known as the Divide.
Okay. And that's where the rumors say.
That
That's
is,
where the book-
yeah, that from the information you've gleaned from the book, Tressa called the Divide home. So it's your most logical place to start looking for it.
And that's right along the way too.
Yeah, you can then go around the north side of the mountains across Easterly
Yeah.
and back to the protected lands.
So we could get dropped off there, guys. Pretty easy.
Hmm.
You up for a little hunting?
Treasure finding.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll make sure Busy Pants knows that's where we want to get dropped off, and
Busy
He'll-
pants. Is that Alanis?
no, isn't the captain of the ship like
Murfitts?
Murfitts, Busy Pants?
Okay. Yes.
Does it fit?
Fizzy-
It
fizzy
Murph
pants.
fits.
Fizzy
I
pants.
I wouldn't call Atlantis Fizzy Pants.
So, the party spends the evening at the Sand Whisper Inn. Methor looks after rooms for everybody. So you enjoy the rest of the evening. He tells you, he tells you basically the Zandani family have been diamond miners in the Sea of Sand for centuries, and they're one of the more wealthy families in the Sea of Sand.
Am I able to, like, Corey will ask questions about the sisters, and like, do they recollect how they got the gems, or
They bought the necklaces from Zray when they were there on one of their when they were selling to the merchants. And some of the merchants there had wares. The girls took a liking to these sunstone necklaces that were being sold there, and they each picked one up. They wore them for some time before anything, before they suddenly became embedded in their chests one day, and then they were taken over by some drive to travel to Whalespell, and they really can't tell you much. They don't have much recollection of what happened until you got the sunstones out of them.
Yeah. That's too bad. Okay. Let's get on this boat and start searching for some treasure.
All right. In the
Yes.
morning, you are able to, you're basically able to flag down the ship. It's just out in the bay, not that far away. They send a boat in, collect all of you, and Methor, again, thanks everybody for their assistance. He's going to head back through the desert to get home. It'll be the quickest way for him to meet up with his family. And you all climb aboard the Stargazer.
Kind of on our way to the ship, Corey will give Alanis his disguise kit so that she can correct
Redisguise
herself.
herself.
It's been bad enough you've been walking around all this time with that face out.
Oh, just a disgrace to the college.
I won't tell him.
Her real
Be your
face
one
showing.
get out of jail free. we're supposed to carve it off now, but
Dang.
It's been seen now, so.
yeah, sorry, we got to remove it.
When you get back on board the Stargazer, Captain Murfitz, of course, is very happy to see. Was getting a little worried. 4 days and no word of you. Into the 5th day when you finally showed up, and so he says, "So, where is it we'll be headed next? Are we headed back to the protected lands, or is there another destination before then? The crew's quite excited to get moving again. It's the longest we've sort of sat around in some time."
It seems that we're clothes shopping. We're looking for some belts, so we're going to be headed here. We have a map. He's going to point to it.
Well, it's the divide.
Yes, he says that, and then Douglan gets a headache and goes and sits down in the corner again. And
Actually,
lets somebody else talk.
Captain Murfitz,
Yes.
you are a well-traveled fellow, so perhaps you have heard of this, what was the name again?
Tressa?
Tressa.
And
Frost Dancer?
maybe
Frost Dancer is her last name?
maybe the general location in the divide of where we might start looking for her
Her
hideout or kingdom or whatever it was.
Now, the divide, a very interesting place it is. It's sort of a mecca for adventurous types and treasure hunters and the such. They're quite an exciting place, actually. I have been there a couple of times. I've never heard this Tressa name before, but my suggestion is maybe we would start in Hollow Harbor. It's the biggest town in the divide, and yes, it might be a good place for us to start asking such questions.
Sure, didn't even know that it was a town there. So. Okay,
Hollow Harbor.
right on the coast, I'm guessing, right at the edge
Right
of the
on
bay.
right on the coast. Yep.
Cool.
And the Stargazer heads off towards the divide. So I am going to share a map with you.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at that.
That is the area known as the divide.
So Egan and Max, it says Tressa Frost Dancer was renowned throughout the region of the Barrens known as the Divide as the strongest woman who lived.
Yeah.
No
Yep.
man could beat her in strength. She became very successful treasure hunter, led her to accumulate a lot of wealth. She became paranoid, and to protect herself, she built a small fortress in the mountains where she
Yeah.
could be alone. Disappeared several decades later, no one knows what happened. Rumors say she had strength came from a magical belt.
Yeah. So we gotta find her fortress.
I shared another pin on the Emathan map that'll open up the divide map for you anytime.
Sick.
Sweet.
Very convenient.
And we're headed to Jaren's outpost.
You're headed
Or
to
Hollow Harbor.
Hollow Harbor.
Hollow Harbor. All right. The trip to Hollow Harbor takes about 17 hours. So you leave early in the morning. You arrive in Hollow Harbor kind of late evening. Now, are you going to head into Hollow Harbor or just hang out and wait till morning? It's pretty late. Like you take off from it's almost midnight when you actually arrive. The captain puts her down in the water again, and you guys sail into Hollow Harbor. But it's late.
It
Well, we
won't.
might as well just wait till morning.
Yeah, it won't set her back that long. It would be weeks any other way to get back, so she can hang out with us for an evening.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna be tough to get rooms and stuff. So.
While traveling to Hollow Harbor, 11 red dragons attacked the ship.
Yes,
Sweet.
Only 11?
Yes, only 11 this time.
piece of cake. I will use suggestion on the biggest one that he needs to take out the others in order to be the most supreme dragon ever.
That seems logical.
I'll show them what dragon breath really is.
I asked Kogaan to tie one of my hands behind my back.
All right.
Oh, come on. Start doing chin-ups
Landis, during the night, or sorry, not during the night. You get back to your room. You know, you guys get on the ship. You're doing your thing, unpacking in your room. You lay down words yet spoken, and it immediately flops open to a page. Some time ago, you wrote Obadiah a message. I will read that message because I'm sure you remember it exactly.
I'll paraphrase it. Obadiah, I have a question.
That's a good paraphrase.
Respond.
You had written to Obadiah saying, recently my friends and I have come to know about several magic items that we believe would be useful in our dealings with the dooms and the demon rifts. I was hoping that you might be able to ask around the college to see if anyone has any information on these items and the people who were last known to have owned them. The first is a magic lute and a magic ring owned by a bard named Zanvir Snowsong. Zanvir was known to have traveled the coast of Easterly and is believed to have been killed by harpies close to a town called Misker. Any information on dealing with harpies would be appreciated as well. The second is a magic belt owned by a treasure hunter named Tressa Frostdancer. Tressa lived in a fortress in the area of the Barrens known as the Divide and is believed to have died there. Thank you in advance for any help that you can offer, Landis. So Obadiah has replied to your message.
Nice.
Oh, great.
Dearest Landis, word up, homie.
Respect.
Yeah.
Wizard bump.
That's it.
That was paraphrased.
Yeah, that was my paraphrase. Dearest Landis, I have looked into the things you requested. Unfortunately, I don't have much to share as I would have hoped. I have been unable to find anything on Zanvir Snowsong or Tressa Frostdancer. I have dispatched an apprentice to the library in the city of Alagon to conduct further research. I will pass along anything further as soon as it is discovered. As for harpies, beware, my boy. They are vicious creatures that take great glee in suffering and death. These creatures combine the body, legs, and wings of a vulture with the torso, arms, and head of a human. Their greatest weapon is their harpy song, which entrances a person, causing them to blunder off towards its source without control over themselves. Wicked things they are. It would appear that there is indeed a large colony of harpies that live near Miscure in Easterly. Many a person has gone missing from the area. If the story of Zanvir's disappearance in the area involves harpies, it is likely true. The wretches love to make trophies of their victims and their possessions. There is a good chance if Zanvir had the magic items you referred to with him at the time of his death, that the harpies have them now. Again, please take care, my boy, if you choose to investigate this further. On a side note, I will be departing Windrest for Lilion in the wilds to meet with Farida. I'm not even going to try and pronounce her Dragonborn name. She's the Dragonborn. I'll work on that phonetic one of these days.
At the college.
Yeah.
Farida.
To discuss the situation with dragon eggs not hatching. I should be back within a 10-day. I will have my copy of Words Yet Spoken with me. Until next time, Obadiah von Tenebrin, Professor of Conjuration at the Windrest School of Magic. So he's headed off to the wilds to speak with Farida.
Well, Landis will share this news with the others at the appropriate time. Let everybody kind of get settled and then inform Kogaan that Obadiah's investigating his egg issue. And then let the others know that I'm able to put that somewhere, aren't I?
It should just show in your stories, because I've shared it with you. So it should just stay in your stories. You should always be able to just go into your stories and look for it.
My stories?
Yeah, on the side there under campaign story. If you click on that, that should show in there.
Oh, hang on. Probably uncategorized. Okay, yeah. It's in there. Sweet. Very sweet.
All right. Morning comes. You're sitting in Hollow Harbor. And now what is your plan here? Are you sending the ship on? Are they waiting for you? What's the
How far?
Yeah.
Guys, what do you think?
They should wait, no? I mean...
Well,
Well, we don't know how long we'll be.
it doesn't take them that long to travel, so they should drop off Alyssa as well, and then come back.
Oh, we still had Alyssa, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
They'll get her to get dropped off and then come back.
Alanis, you mean?
Alanis, yeah.
Well, you guys just have Alanis with you beyond yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You ought to know.
but the main mission was to get her back as quickly as possible, so we can do that whilst we're dropped off and start searching for treasure.
Rumors.
All right. So the captain basically says that he will sail around the north end of the Star Run Peaks and then travel across easterly back to the city of Alagon, drop Alanis off, then make his way back to Hollow Harbor.
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, perfect.
I'll
So
go
that
for
will what give us about a day and a half, 2 days.
probably a couple days.
A couple
sure.
of days. Yep.
Yeah.
And if we're not back by then, just wait a little bit longer. And if we're not back by then,
Just wait a
presumably
little bit longer
we are maybe this.
till you run
Not
out of
there?
money.
Just wait longer.
All right, and they bring you in, and you are standing on the docks in Hollow Harbor. Now, Hollow Harbor is, as per Captain Murfitz talking to you about it, it is it's the biggest town sort of in the Divide, and it's all of the Divide is sort of, especially Hollow Harbor, is kind of a mecca for adventurers and treasure hunters. They all just kind of converge on this area and plan up their big schemes and get together and head out into the world to make fortunes for themselves. Hollow Harbor is it's built on active hot springs, so the whole town's infrastructure kind of is built around all of these hot water activities. So the town has inns and boarding houses, drinking halls, taverns, tea houses, smoking houses, bath houses, shops. It's just all built around the people that bring their money into here, spend a whole bunch of it, and then go off into the big wide world to make more. The one thing that Murfitz did mention to you that you should possibly check out while you're here is it contains a big fighting arena.
Cool. Test your might. Well, should we go find lodgings?
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe a weaponsmith or something? I would like a backup weapon. Just in case. The desert place had no weapons. It was very strange.
Probably why we were so shunned.
Maybe.
They'll use that for generations. Did you see what weapons brought to our community?
The board, or the town council, got together immediately. Oh, bad element has come to town.
Okay, we will find accommodation first, Colin.
Okie dokie. As I mentioned, lots of inns there.
Where do the bravest of the adventurers gather?
The bravest
Dirty
of them.
Duck.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. All right.
X marks the spot.
After asking a couple of times, you end up at the Prospect Inn, which is apparently one of the nicer establishments within Hollow Harbor.
Prospect Inn.
Well, we will head there.
Sounds nice.
Since Douglan is still suffering from heat stroke, are there Vanguard anywhere in Easterly or the Barrens?
They would be in the Easterly and the Barrens. They're not in the Divide, but they are in Easterly and the Barrens. Yep.
So there's no, he's going to look around to see if there's any presence.
No Vanguard presence in Hollow Harbor.
Douglan, I believe you are the Vanguard presence in Hollow Harbor.
Do we see any dunes? Do they have name tags?
Yep.
Or anything?
Yep. This is like Club Med for the Dooms, so they're just hanging out here.
Knew it.
Damn it.
I knew it.
All right, so are we all getting a room here, or what's the?
I think we need a base of operations, right?
This will be good.
Yeah. Let's talk up the innkeeper, see if we can't get some direction here.
Yep. So you get the Prospect Inn. You know, has very nice rooms. So it'll be you can pay up front for the number of nights that you might think. It's 2 gold pieces a night.
Deep.
Let's start with one. No, one night just to see where. I mean, it's early. It's the morning, right?
Be 4 rooms for you, so 8 gold pieces.
Why don't I take care of this one?
Are we gonna all stay in separate rooms?
We spent a lot of
no.
time together lately, so
8 gold it
One-
is.
One big room. Thought we wanted a base of operation.
I got it.
4 rooms. Cool.
Kogaan's like, no one will mess with me.
Well, with the innkeep, I'm gonna hand him 1 extra gold.
Okay.
And ask, first of all, get some information from you if you don't mind. We're new to the area, and my big friend over here is looking for a weaponsmith, perhaps. Could you send us in the right direction?
oh, there's lots of places in town that you could check. Maybe for closest to here would be the Whistling Hammer.
Close is great,
Sounds
but
great.
there's nothing but the best for my friend here. So is that the best one around?
They're all pretty comparable here in Hollow Harbor.
There you go.
All right.
Corey, you want to ask anything else? Kogaan?
No, I think that'll be good. I don't. Corey will kind of say to Douglan, I don't want to be asking too much stuff where we're staying, if you know what I mean.
That's why I
Draw too
just
much
asked about-
attention.
Yeah, fair enough. That's why I just asked about the weaponsmith. Figure that's
Perfect. Perfect.
innocent enough. So what's the town like? I mean, is it a mix of races? Is it strictly
There's
tieflings?
so Hollow Harbor has a little bit of everything. It's just it's people from all over Emathan come here to become a great adventurer, a great treasure hunter, and connect with people that want to go off on great adventures. Like people will sometimes come here with a map trying to find a group that'll go together off to try and find the treasure related to that map. So there's a lot of big, bold, big dreams, big ideas people here in Hollow Harbor.
Lads, perhaps we keep our eyes open for some type of a guild, like an adventurers guild or a.
I'm sure Adventurers Guild probably has a house or a lodge in this town.
Facebook page, perhaps, that we could look at. Bulletin board or something.
Yeah, the Facebook page, that's the best.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I wouldn't mind checking out this arena,
Sure.
but
Sounds interesting.
yeah, might be entertaining.
Well, why don't we get Big Boy here his backup weapon?
Yeah.
And from there, we just keep our eyes open and see.
What are you thinking,
blows
Kogaan? What are you looking for?
I think maybe a longsword. Just something basic. Just easy to carry. And you just never know. I only have the one weapon with me. And I just, if something were to happen in a fight or something, then
Yeah.
seems like a good idea.
I mean, I have one if you want it, but yeah, makes sense.
But you might need it.
This
right?
is true.
It's just
Yes.
Yeah, we might be in some confining spaces. You can't wield a polearm.
It's a good
Or-
point.
who knows what could happen if we're climbing mountains and things, and something slips and you lose an item.
Yeah.
So we'll head to this whispering hammer.
Whistling
That's
hammer.
what I said. Whistling.
All right, you make your way to the Whistling Hammer, or Whispering, whichever it might be.
Everything's whistling, whispering, or willowy woo.
Willow the Wispy Hammer.
Yep. As we're kind of cruising along, Nightingale's keeping an eye out for guild signs. For thieves guilds.
Ooh, Thieves Guilds. Damn.
I wanted to say it, but Doug, I would have been metagaming.
How much for a longsword? 10 gold? Something like that?
You arrive at the Whistling Hammer. They are a very well-stocked weapon store. You can pretty much acquire any type of weapon you are looking for here.
+5 longsword.
Except that. Now, you are looking for a longsword.
Yes, please.
So the store's proprietor, Mr. Maxford Everand, brings out several very nice long swords, very well made. And for 15 gold pieces, one of these long swords can be yours.
Sweet. 15 gold sounds very fair.
Douglan kind of looks, like, wow, this is like the Costco of weapons.
It is. Yes, it's the Costco of weapons.
he's gonna ask the fine patron there. Perhaps have any weapons with a little magical flair to them, sir?
We don't. They can be found, but these things take time.
I'm well aware of that. No problem.
Do you need me to set you up with that longsword?
I got it.
You got it? Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, in talking to Max Ford, he knows some dealers in Emathan that, for the right price and the right amount of time, special weapons can be acquired, but nothing that he has in store.
Thank you. I'm not sure how long we're going to be here, so...
You get a lot of adventures come through here, I reckon.
Oh, indeed we do. Absolutely. It
Then
is
you
pretty
must-
much what this town is built on.
Hopes and dreams?
And a little luck, and every now and then enough success to keep paying the bills.
Have you ever heard of Tressa Frost Dancer?
Oh, of course I have. You can't have lived in the Divide if you've never heard of Tressa.
Yeah, it's one of the first things we heard when we entered.
What kind of dangers might we expect in the mountain?
In the Star Run Peaks? Well, I mean, they're very high mountains, very difficult to travel. That alone can be pretty dangerous. Your typical mountain animals, bears and such, but that would be pretty much it for this part of the mountains anyway.
Okay, standard fare. I too come from a mountainous region, so I was just curious if this had anything unique to it, but it sounds...
The biggest danger of the Star Run Peaks is they're so damn high. They're very difficult to travel through.
Alright, thank you. Carrying on? Does anyone else need anything?
Were you picking something up in particular, Douglan?
I was asking about magic weapons. But
Okay.
It's I don't know how long we'll be here. He might be able to get one, but
Yeah.
you got to kind of procure it, and they'll see if there's a seller out there.
Cool.
His eternal search for a magic weapon continues.
Mr. Maxford, we also heard about you got a fighting arena in town?
Oh, we do indeed. It's pretty much the central entertainment of Hollow Harbor at night. The place to be, it is.
What, you got local fighters?
It's a bit of a combination. There are some local fighters. Also, most nights you get those that think they might be good enough. Get in the arena and have a go, you know.
Who's the champion right now?
It's a couple of Goliath brothers. Can't think of their names offhand, but tough lot, I hear. They're usually the main event of the night.
Is there Goliath community around here?
No, the two wandered in here years ago, and the arena became their home. Really, as I understand it, they make a pretty good living.
Excellent. Maybe we'll get you in there, Douglan.
Me.
Yeah.
That's for the young'uns here.
Well, you know, if you're interested, just show up and talk to the folks there. They, like I said,
But if the champions are a pair of brothers, then maybe it's a team event.
it is. It's usually pairs fight them. They've had a few 3 against them before. You know, tend to be smaller folk that.
Is one of them named Corvus?
I don't know their
I
names.
think this is
really.
where he ended up.
Yeah.
Fighting for money. Mountains.
Still got
He
the
wa-
collar.
He was an angry man.
He still has the collar on.
Can I pick up some arrows while we're here?
You most certainly can. How many do you need?
Only like a half dozen, but I'll take a full.
Only like a half dozen, eh?
I think for now we should focus on our own treasure hunt, and then maybe if there's time when
So
we're back.
it's a gold
enter.
piece for 20.
Okay.
Do you need me to bring them up for you, or you good?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm good.
Cool.
I will, after I pick up the arrows, just before we're about to head out, Corey will go back to the Maxford guy and be like, you know, we heard that Cressa had a fortress that was somewhere around here. But the guy that we were talking to said it had already been raided. Is that what you heard?
I never heard about no fortress. I heard that she was killed during one of her adventures, and she never ever made it back to the Divide.
Well, I guess that's why they called them legends, because story grows.
Indeed.
Well, gentlemen, shall we go see if we can sign you two up for the arena? I wouldn't mind placing a bet or two.
Maybe that is best to do on our return, so that we're in case we get injured.
Okay, if you're chicken, I get it.
Well, I mean, time is kind of the essence as well, right? We're waiting for.
I got it. Yeah, we got things to do.
The airship, and then
Do we need to pick up some climbing gear?
I've got pitons
Yeah, and a hammer?
and a hammer and rope. I don't have any carabiners though.
I don't think they had them back then.
yeah, I would need a climber's kit.
Is there somewhere where we can get a climber's kit close by?
Maxford suggests that you head over to Wanderlust Supply.
We will head there. How's everybody's rations too while we're headed into the inventory?
Let me go to my little new inventory tab. Boom. I'm doing all right.
Rations.
Yeah, I got actually a lot. Douglan's got he's like a mom. His purse is filled with snacks, whatever you need.
Yeah, your dad. It's just single salty peanuts in the bottom of your pocket.
Yeah, I reach down and pull it out.
Another one appears in there. It's like Goodberry, but different.
Yeah, it's the Douglan's Goodberry mix.
25 gold for a climber's kit.
All right, you head over from Max Ford's instruction. You find your way to the Wanderlust Supply. As you approach the Wanderlust, it's a very long, narrow store, and it's just two big doors that open up in the front, and you just basically walk right in. In the front, there's an old timer that's sitting there smoking on a pipe, sipping on a mug of something or other, and he appears to be playing a game of dragon chess with a young lad who's sitting in a seat across from him. And he sort of, the way he's positioned himself, you got to kind of walk by him in order to get in there into the store. And you walk up to the store, and he says, "What can I do for you guys?"
I will buy a climber's kit.
Take a look back there. You'll find one. I apologize. It's not very well organized back there, but anything you're looking for in traveling gear, it's going to be back there somewhere. And
No problem. Just the 25 gold, like it says on the inventory sheet.
yeah, I have a store made up here if you have anything else you want to buy and do it that way to make it easy.
Sure.
I can. Who wants to have a quick browse through the store?
Sure, let's browse the store.
All right,
Maxwell.
I'll throw the store to Kogaan first to have a look through.
A question for you. Everybody seems to know who this Tressa is, right?
Yeah.
Well, you've only talked to one person so far, but he said everybody's heard about Tressa. She's a bit of a legend in these parts.
Okay. What Douglan would like to do, because I think we should ask everybody about it. Like, hey, we're going to town. I heard about this Tressa. Kind of play dumb about it, and then ask specifically about the belt. And ask if anybody's heard of that.
Just ask the old timer, man.
Yeah.
Probably your best bet.
Yep. And basically, I'm going to ask him if he's heard about it. If he has, does he know what it looks like? Is there any, fanfic about what it looks like?
Is it truly braided of hair?
Yes, a certain type of hair.
All right. So you're going to talk to the store owner?
Yeah. Say, old timer. Sorry to interrupt your game there, but
It's all right. I'm just giving the kid a whooping here. Can take a minute.
Well, everywhere we go, we keep hearing about this Tressa. Who's that?
Tressa Frost Dancer.
Yeah.
She was considered the strongest woman who ever lived.
Well, how about that?
Indeed.
And then everyone says they followed up with some magical belt. You heard of that?
That's a touchy subject there, young man. So, some people say, and not me, I'm just saying some people say, that Tressa had a magic belt that gave her the strength. Now, you tell that to the wrong person and they're gonna punch you right in the nose. But me, I don't know. I don't care. But that's just what I know.
You still gotta, use your wits, even if you got a little help with the strength there, huh?
Yeah, whatever. She went on adventures that others wouldn't have even thought of.
There you go. What did this belt look like? Anybody know?
I never heard any description of it myself, but the only thing that I was ever caught wind of was she rarely ever took it off. Just wore it around her waist all the time, and that's what got people thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. That is a bit odd. Never taken it off. Well,
Maybe your pants were just too big.
Yeah. This is my friend here too. He's heard the same rumors. It's everywhere. Crazy. Do people just come here looking for it?
For
Why
what?
this town so big? For Tressa.
Oh no. They're all here to find their own adventures and their own treasure and make their own names for themselves. But Tressa's family has been in these parts for a very long time, you see. Her father, he, what was his name? Leopold, I think it was. He was the Grand Master of the Wanderers Guild for close to 2 decades. It was a big name to live up to.
Are the Wanderers still around?
Well, yes. Well, don't you know, Sonny? This is where the Wanderers began.
Oh, there's still a guild here.
Oh my goodness, the guild is here. It's in Pleasant Valley. It's the headquarters of the Wanderers Guild.
Oh. Interesting. How about that, boys?
Think
There's
that's a
an
good place
adventurers
to go.
guild. How about that? And you say there's still family members from Tressa around?
I don't think so. They had a long history in these parts, but I do believe that Tressa was Leopold's only child, and I don't know what happened to their mama, but yeah, I haven't heard the Frost Dancer name in some time.
There's also, we heard rumors, and again, forgive me, sir, there. I'm just going by what I've been heard literally since we got off the boat. But Tressa had a fortress? Is this true? The rumors just seem to get more outrageous one after the other.
I never heard of no fortress. I heard that she moved to the protected lands and she became the master of one of the Wanderer guild houses.
Well, now the protected lands. I'm a little bit more familiar with that.
Oh, you from there then?
I am.
Well, what brings you here then?
Just what brings everybody here?
Adventure, Sonny, adventure.
There you go. Do you know what kingdom in the protected lands that rumor has it that she ended up?
I don't at all. Nope.
Oh. Look back. Ori? Landis? I assume Kogaan's over trying on, like straps and see if he can get one
Outfitted, yeah,
around his
yeah.
frame. He's like, oh, that's not quite.
Is there anyone alive today that was related to Tressa?
Not that I know of. Again, she's a legend and all, and I've heard bits and pieces of stories here and there and everywhere, but if she's got family left around, they don't make much of a noise anymore. The Frost Dancers have kind of, since Leopold's passing and shortly thereafter Tressa's disappearance, the Frost Dancer name isn't mentioned in these parts much anymore.
Well, I reckon, Douglan, if you got any more interest in this story, we should go over to the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Sir, what was your name?
My name, it's Sewell.
Sewell. Could you point us in the direction of the Wanderer Guild?
Oh, goodness.
Mind?
Well, it's a long ways from here. You gotta travel all the ways into Pleasant Valley to get to the lodge. That's where the lodge is.
All right, that's all right. So,
look, if you're looking to go that way, and I'm trying to think of the lad's name now. He talks about Tressa quite a bit. Comes and plays. Now that I think about it, I think most I probably know the girl comes from him. He's at the arena at night. He might be a good. His name is Harabar. Harabar Missouri, something like that. But you'll see him. He's a half orc. He's an ugly looking son of a you know what. But he is a smart lad, and he seems to talk about Tressa a lot. You might want to find him there, and yeah, half orc, ugly looking son of a gun.
and this Harabar is at the arena. Is he a fighter?
No, I think he's a bit of a gambler, but he's always there. Talks about it all the time. Comes and gets his ass whipped in a game of dragon chess every now and then. I'm pretty good, you know.
Too rich for my blood. I won't test you. But listen, we appreciate your time there. I'm sorry to interrupt your game there.
Oh, it's okay. The lad can wait.
Well,
what race is the kid he's playing?
Just a human.
And this guy's a human as well?
Yeah.
Well, everyone got what they needed?
Yes.
Everybody had to go at the shop.
I want a signal whistle, also known as a...
Did you get a signal whistle?
No, I didn't. I'm okay.
All
Okay,
right.
we will head off. So we headed to the arena?
So the arena is only open in the evenings. So it is I don't know, we'll say it's midday-ish by the time you came to shore and did what you've done so far, and it's probably a good spot for us to put the brakes on her for today, and you can pick up looking for Harabar.
Harabar the half-orc
Harabar the half.
was a very hairy man.
There's a song in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I'll work on it.
Herber. All right, so I think we have some time to kill, but we'll head over later to the arena. That'll be our next stop. I don't want to get too meta here, but I assume we're going to get kind of all the similar rumors at these types of places. So,
I think this Harabar might be a good person.
Well, that's what I mean. Until we get to the arena at night.
Yeah.
Do we want to buy potions? I think I still have.
I got lots.
Yeah. I don't think there's any other shopping we need to do.
No, I picked up some climbing stuff for my two guys. I think you got some. And now, as long as, when we pair up, Nightingale isn't paired with Kogaan. If Kogaan falls, I'm doomed.
Nightingale's a doom. No.
I am.
What do you call it?
Joking, not joking.
Did he find any signs of thief gilding?
So far,
when we get to that
Nightingale-
arena, it'll be obvious.
Yeah, so far, Nightingale, you haven't seen... actually, you haven't seen any signs of a thieves' guild, which is unusual. Like, you know, no markings whatsoever to say that Hollow Harbor has a thieves' guild.
Well, if there's gambling going on, that'd be the best spot to potentially make contact. Find
All
out
right,
if I can get
so
you some
we'll wrap it up for
scratch.
today. Thanks, gents. I'm going
Thank you.
to sign us out for the
See you in
night.
2 months.
I hope not. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. March 2nd.
Dude, don't.
All right, guys. Thanks very much, and I'll sign us out for tonight.
Peace out to our studio audience. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you,
All right.
future
Good night.
viewers.